3-1 win over the Blue Jays. First pitch of Game 2 is at 5:03, and then at 8:08, it is Game 1 of the NLCS between the Dodgers and Brewers. Fans purchase raffle tickets for a chance to win a trip to Tampa Bay, Florida when the Bees face off against the Lightning in the 2026 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series. The prize includes 2 game tickets, 2 round-trip flights on JetBlue, and lodging for 3 nights. All proceeds from the raffle will support Boston Bruins Foundation, and the raffle runs through October 17th. Visit BruinsRaffles.com to purchase tickets today. Terms apply. I'm Tim McCullen. Ryan and Bob take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to today's game on the Bruins Radio Network to hear this date in history, restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
With the cough and cold season upon us, Ocean State Job Lot carries many of your favorite brands, yet we sell these products from 20 to 60% off your favorite drugstore. Robitussin, Ricola, Mucinex, NyQuil, Advil, Vicks, all types of vitamins, including Centrum and Vitafusion, cough drops from Halls and Honeys, chapstick, Listex, Burt's Bees, and Vaseline lip therapies, right down to lotion-based puffs to blow your nose. Save money when you shop at Ocean State Job Lot. Take a look at our cough and cold center the next time you visit us.
At National Grid, we know home is where you feel your best. That's why we're dedicated to making your home comfortable and energy efficient year-round. With a home energy assessment, you can learn how your home uses energy and receive a custom report with helpful recommendations. You can also learn about energy-saving solutions such as insulation, air sealing, and more. If you're ready to save energy at home, we'll be there for you every step of the way. Visit ngrid.com/assessment or call 866-527-SAVE to learn more. National Grid is a proud sponsor of Mass Save.
Advance your career with an MBA or specialized master's through Babson College. Join the school ranked #1 in entrepreneurship by U.S. News & World Report and #2 best college in the U.S. by the Wall Street Journal 2025. Visit babson.edu/grad programs.
Bruins and Lightning coming up from TD Garden. Let's take a quick look around the NHL. One game already in progress today. Colorado's got a 1-0 lead early over Buffalo thanks to a Nathan McKinnon goal 3 minutes in.
Yeah, we were just off the air there. We were going through Buffalo's schedule. They're already 0-2. Losing 1-0 to Colorado here early in the first period. They've got some really difficult games coming up. They got the Senators. They've got the Florida Panthers. They've got the Canadians. They've got Toronto back-to-back, home and home, I should say. So they've got to get it together quickly for the Sabres, or else you're in danger of just falling way behind early on. Lindy Ruff, for as stern as a coach can be these days, he read them the riot act a little bit the other day.
Ottawa hosting Nashville this afternoon. Shane Pinto and the Senators have allowed 5 power play goals in their first 2 games.
Yeah, maybe just be a little bit more aggressive. I think maybe we're giving them a little bit too much time. Easier said than done. We're trying to work on it. It's not like we're not trying out there. But I'm pretty confident we're gonna clean it up and be better for Ollie there.
Yeah, 1-1 to start the season. Linus Ullmark wasn't at his best the other day, and some of the highlights, at least that I saw. And then you got the Nashville Predators, who are in town to take on Ottawa. Nashville's 1-0-1, and they're trying to make up for an ugly year last year after a lot was expected of them.
Winnipeg on the road to take on the Islanders this afternoon for a 1 o'clock face-off.
Tough task for the Islanders, right? They're already 0-2 to start the season. Winnipeg, one of the best teams in the league.
Detroit and Toronto for a 2 p.m. face-off. The Leafs get their first look at 2023 first-round pick Easton Cowan makes his debut today.
Yeah, for sure. I feel confident. I feel like I'm ready for this, so just going to take it all in, enjoy it, and have some fun.
He's going to be skating on a line with Austin Matthews and Matthew Nyes. Not a bad combination there. And the Panthers are at the Flyers tonight. Aaron Ekblad and the Panthers looking to go to 3-0.
Obviously, we're a well-oiled machine, and we feel good about our game to start.
Obviously, we have a set of rules that we adhere to on a daily basis and try to bring that to our game every day.
They're actually looking to go to 4-0. They're already 3-0. That's our look around the NHL. Marco Sturm joins us next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now through October 31st, SiriusXM is giving away a pair of tickets to every MLB postseason game through the World Series. Listen to MLB Network Radio for the clues to be the first caller to correctly name the postseason hero. You'll receive a pair of tickets to an MLB postseason game. MLB Network Radio has your chance to win on SiriusXM 89 in the SiriusXM app. No transportation will be included in connection with these prizes. For full contest information and official rules, visit SiriusXM.com/MLB Postseason Heroes 2025. No purchase necessary. Open only to current SiriusXM subscribers prior to September 19th. You must be a U.S. resident over the age of 18.
You know that feeling when the perfect song comes on while you're driving? We made a whole channel out of that. Road Trip Radio, packed with songs that always hit. You'll have the windows down and volume up before you know it. Road Trip Radio, channel 301 on most radios and at home with the SiriusXM app on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
Now through October 31st, SiriusXM is giving away a pair of tickets to every MLB postseason game through the World Series. Listen to MLB Network Radio for the clues to be the first caller to correctly name the postseason hero. You'll receive a pair of tickets to an MLB postseason game. MLB Network Radio has your chance to win on SiriusXM 89 in the SiriusXM app. No transportation will be included in connection with these prizes. For full contest information and official rules, visit SiriusXM.com/MLB Postseason Heroes 2025. No purchase necessary. Open only to current SiriusXM subscribers prior to September 19th. You must be a U.S. resident over the age of 18.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Winnipeg Jets head coach Scott Arniel. Has that number changed with the Olympics compressed schedule for Connor Hellebuck?
He keeps pushing for 82 games, certainly with this year and what's kind of going on. It is something that we seriously have to look at, and if we want to play well into June and to make that run to the Stanley Cup, I need a guy that's going to be able to be fresh for that whole stretch.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91 and the SiriusXM app.
MLS, NWSL, the USL, and more, covering the beautiful game here at home. American soccer lives on SiriusXM FC 157.
Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Marcos, you get set to take on the Lightning here this afternoon. 3 games. I know it's a small sample size, and every game's a little bit different, but maybe give me your general impression of what you've liked from your team and maybe where you'd like to see a couple of improvements.
No, I think I liked our structure overall, especially in our own end. We didn't give up much. I always look at this shot selection of some other teams, and there was nothing really inside our house. Everything was more on the outside, except of course on special teams. But so I like that part of it. The offensive part of it was better last game, so hopefully we can continue with that.
When you look at your special teams, that was something that was a focus early on. Let's just start with the penalty killing because it's been positive. You're perfect so far in the season. You're going to have a real good challenge here today against Tampa. What have you liked most about it?
No, we were not shy of anything. I think we trusted each other. When you play that kind of system, you don't really want to make a mistake, but you also get caught in between a lot, and that happened in preseason a little bit. But as soon as the regular season started, I felt like it was not there anymore. So that's the good thing, though. So we still want to continue being aggressive, trust each other. But on the other side today, it's I think the best power play in the league. So first of all, we got to stay out of the box, and then we got to handle those guys and frustrate them much as we can.
Do you focus on something on the penalty kill here today with Kucherov on the wall on the right side there on the flank, and you got Braden Point. So there's so many weapons on that power play. Do you focus a little bit differently?
Yes, we do, and we always have a pre-scout coming in. But again, those are special players for me, and they do a lot of things. Like you said, it's tough sometimes to focus just on one thing, but we just want to make sure we cover things and tweak a few little things where we think we can beat them.
On the flip side, the power play, you had a couple goals the first 2 games. I don't think you had one last game. Where do you want to see? I know you said playing fast, moving the puck quickly. Are there other things you want to see?
Yeah, no, we just we can't be static a lot of times. I think we used to, even 5-on-5 sometimes, we just used to our spots. I think what brought us, Sparta brought in too, is the puck speed, obviously, having a shooting mentality, but also move around a little bit, So we want to make it hard to their PK. And if you're just standing still, sometimes I think it's easy. So again, there's a few little things we just have to. We need more reps, I think, but we definitely we are heading in the right direction.
Random question, is just something I kind of noticed. Defensive zone faceoffs. Yeah. When you win a faceoff, there's been a couple times where you guys reverse the puck. Use your partner, reverse the puck out of the zone. There's been a couple times where you've gone up the strong side, and sometimes it works, sometimes it goes for icing. What are the keys there for you?
Yeah, no, we have 4 or 5 plays in our playbook, and sometimes we just have to read off what the other team are doing, and we kind of go from there. I think the reverse to the D to D reverse, it's been here. They've done it in the past, and it works really well. Not against every team, but again, that we make those kind of decisions right before the face-off. Yeah. So we just got to see where everyone is going, and obviously for us, it's important to get a clear exit and get the puck out and start an offense again.
Last question for you. We already touched on Tampa's power play, but 5-on-5, where are they dangerous?
They spread you out a lot. They take off a lot. They push the pace a lot. They play fast. And again, they do play a little bit open game, but they do have they have the skill to get a good entry. They have the skill to make plays in the offensive zone when they enter. So again, we just can't get caught in between a little bit. We got to be sharp on our changes. First of all, we got to be sharp as soon as they get the puck, because their transition game is pretty good.
Appreciate it, Marco. Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
That's head coach Marco Sturm. Bruins Lightning next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
The best hockey lives here.
Back to Rick. Far-side shot.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Harris has it far circle. Zaka, one-timer, scores! And the Bruins cash in with 4:12 to go here in the first period. Knocked away by McAvoy. Puck will be cleared by Kastelik. 5 to go. Lindholm in front. Corrali slam dunks it home with 2.2 to go. This afternoon, Boston closes out their homestand against the Tampa Bay team in search of their first win of the season. The Bruins and the Lightning, an Atlantic Division matchup, coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Across to Esposito, a shot. No! It's all tied up. Bang! Cam Neely, wow!
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Geeky scores! And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, your New England Boyd dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, and by Catches Law.
Great glove save by Davis.
Backhand and a save, Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. Fire! His 100th point. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're at TD Garden for the Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning. First of 4 meetings between these two teams this season. Bruins get a team that's going to be coming in here hungry, looking for their first win in their 3rd game of the year. Defensively, what do the Bruins need to be concerned about today?
I mean, you just look at the lineup. You look at the firepower that the Tampa Bay Lightning possess and what they're capable of offensively, whether it's 5-on-5 or the power play, and especially on the power play. You know, the penalty killing that's been perfect so far for the season is going to be so important here today. You know, Marco Sturm just talked about it. First of all, you stay out of the box. That's the simple one. But then, you know, when Tampa has that power play, what areas are you looking to take away? Easier said than done sometimes because Kucherov is just fantastic on that half wall on the right wing side. Point is one of the best in that bumper position. You've got Gensel out there. You've got some dangerous players and Hedman at point. So you've got some guys that can really hurt you in some of those areas. So I think for the Bruins today, on the defensive side of things, it starts with details. Because if you don't take care of the details and you don't take care of the little things that, whether it's getting a puck out in certain situations, whether it's making a tape-to-tape pass instead of wrapping the puck around the boards in an unforced type of way, those things are going to be extra important against a Tampa Bay team, as you said, looking for their first win of the season and very capable offensively.
Lightning were the highest scoring team in the NHL last season. We'll have the opening puck drop next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
He roofs it, top shelf. When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston pre-games with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc. Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. But try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
How scared are you guys?
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now, only on Prime Video.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Are you stuck in traffic going to the
Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning getting ready to go here at TD Garden? Before we drop the puck, we get our national anthem from Todd Angeli.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That's Todd Angeli with the national anthem. We get set for the opening face-off this afternoon between the Lightning and the Bruins. Take a look at our starting lineups. In goal for the Tampa Bay Lightning is Jonas Johansson. On defense, pairing of J.J. Moser and Victor Hedman, and up front, Yanni Gourde, Pontus Holmberg, and Oliver Bjorkstrand. For the Bruins, Jonas Corpusalo gets a start in goal. Jordan Harris and Andrew Peak, your defensemen. And up front, Fraser Mitten and the two wingers, former Lightning players, Mikey Aceman and Tanner Janot.
First 5 minutes of today's game are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Today's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Justin Sparks of Dedham, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Justin wins a pair of tickets for a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Boston and the home Blacks will go from left to right here in the first period. And off the opening face-off, Moser able to tip it toward the Boston zone. Jordan Harris will collect it there. Send behind the net to Peak in the near corner. Long outlet pass in neutral ice. Knocked away from Janot. And angled back into the Bruins zone as Harris will backhand around toward the near side. Asamano on the hash marks trying to get it away from Hedman. Does. Minton will bring through neutral ice and chip into the left wing corner. Fraser Minton able to get to it first. Along the end boards, a centering pass by Asamon. Ricocheted off someone in front and just wide of the net. It'll come around the near side to McAvoy waiting for it at the point. Tipped away from Minton. McAvoy keeps it moving toward the slot, but Hedman able to win that battle against Janot. Can't get it cleared. Minton kept it in. Walks it toward the near side, and then he and McAvoy didn't connect on a pass.
Yeah, just got their signals crossed a little bit. Minton trying to drop that puck off right at the end of his shift.
Pasternak has it at center ice and brings it back toward the Boston zone. McAvoy gets the pass from Lohrei and then gets harassed from behind by Gensel, forced a turnover. Gonsalves will send it all the way across to the far circle, and in front they score. Anthony Cirelli able to redirect that pass in. Just a minute 9 into the first period, Tampa strikes first.
Yeah, turnover. We're talking about details, right? A little turnover there just outside the blue line, and Tampa Bay is going to come right back at them. Cirelli just parked at that far post area. You had two guys chasing one, the puck carrier, and then it's moved all the way from left to right, and then right back by Gensel to Cirelli, who's parked at the side of the net, and Mason Lohrei can't get the stick.
So for Anthony Cirelli, his first point of the season, coming off 27 goals and 59 points, both career highs last year. And we'll see how the Bruins respond as Zadorov angles one through neutral ice. It was deflected off of Chernak and deep into Tampa territory. McDonough in the far corner, challenged by Geekie, who knocked the puck away but then couldn't find it in his skates. Gonsalves coming through neutral ice, pulls up as he takes a hit from Zadorov. Elias Lindholm leaves it at the back of the net for Jokiharju.
Gonsalves is the guy that made that play initially. He had two Bruins chasing him in the left wing circle, and that was going to leave Cirelli open for as long as he needed to put that puck home before Lohrei could get over and recover.
Casey Middlestad able to get it into the Tampa Bay zone. In the near corner, Arvidsson comes together with Moser. Puck brought around near side by Braden Point for the Lightning. It's hemmed in at the hash marks. Puck comes popping free to Zaka. He's got a man coming down that left circle. It was Harris. And the return pass will draw a penalty. And the Bruins will get their first power play, just 2:16 into this first period.
That was backdoor for Middlestad on the return pass. The first pass was there, but Tampa got a piece of it down low, slowed it up, so they returned that pass in front to Middlestad. It'd be Lillberg going to the box. Good battle won by the Bruins. Jordan Harris was coming down back door. By the time that puck got to him, he really didn't have a shooting angle, so he tried to make the pass back in front for Middlestad.
Bruins power play 2-for-11 so far this season. Both goals scored by Elias Lindholm, who wins the faceoff to get it started. Puck thrown toward the net, tipped on goal by Lindholm.
Yeah, they're looking for that a lot. They worked that perfectly in preseason. And that was Pasternak looking for Lindholm's stick.
Geekie from the right corner, around the boards, far side, just out of Pasternak's reach. Going to trickle all the way back down to the Boston end. McAvoy playing it away from the forechecking Hagel, and now Hagel forced a turnover, and in front, nearly a chance for Cirelli.
Brandon Hagel's not a guy we mentioned in the pregame show, but over 30 goals, not one on the power play last year.
35 and 90 points for the season.
Not one on the power play, and he's part of that Four Nations Cup for Team Canada.
Bruins forced back toward their own zone here once again. Minute 13 to go on the power play. Elias Lindholm hands to McAvoy, who in turn gives it to Zacha. Zacha finds his way across the blue line. Gave it up and got it back from Pasternak. Pokes it back along that far side point. Pasternak drags around one man, moves it in front. Puck is loose in the slot. Nobody can find it. Now it's cleared down ice by Gensel. Korpisalo will set it up at the back of the Bruins net with 48 to go on the power play. Mason Lohrei will skate it ahead. Now deals back to the trailer Arvidsson. Arvidsson to the Tampa Bay line, just onside into the far corner. Pasternak keeps it moving, runs into a pair of Lightning sweaters. Arvidsson gets in there to try to win that puck, knock his man down, and the official out at center ice is going to call that a penalty.
Yeah, it wasn't the guy that's in the corner. Referee in the corner, about 10 feet away, was the guy at center ice calling that one.
It was Hedman who went down.
Maybe he had a better angle at it, right? You know, Arvidsson's, 5'8", Hedman's 6'6".
6'7"?
6'7". Okay. Cross-check.
So that'll wipe out the last 30 seconds of the penalty.
You know, it sure looked
he
like
got
it,
him.
though. Yeah. I mean, Arvidsson didn't like it. I mean, you know, you're allowed to get away with a little bit of one. I don't think Hedman expected it. Sure didn't look like he did anyhow.
Right.
And Arvidsson not happy about going to the box.
Arvidsson probably thinks you know, Hedman's pretty strong on his skates and just in general, so maybe thought he went down a little easy there.
The referee at center ice that called the first penalty, too. The back referee.
Jake Brink and Bo Halkitis, the referees today. So 4-on-4 here. 20 seconds left on that before Tampa gets an abbreviated power play. Usnadinov inside the Boston zone. Peak gives it off far side for Mason Lohrei. Pressured by Cirelli. Lohrei turns back toward his own net. Now finds a lane, carries it all the way up through center ice, whips it right side. Here's Peak, right circle, moving in for a shot. Blocker saved by Johansson.
Two defensemen leading the rush.
Razor Minton in the far corner, shoulder to shoulder with Cirelli. Power play on here for Tampa Bay. A minute 18 to go on the penalty to Arvidsson. As they get their power play unit out there, Braden Point circles through his own zone. Comes up across the red line, deals a pass to the right side. That broken up. Clearing effort by Zadorov, doesn't get out of the zone. Gensel got it center blue line. Back toward the near side. Gensel around to Kucherov, waiting at that right circle. In the corner, challenged by Zadorov, gave it up and got it right back. Centering pass for Bjorkstrand, broken up in front. Loose and backhanded out of there by Zadorov and all the way out of the zone. 42 seconds left on the Tampa Bay power play. Kucherov will bring toward the attacking blue line. Gensel whips one across the ice. Off a big carom off the far board. Zacha able to take away from Point and send it all the way down. 25 to go on the Lightning power play. Ryan McDonough skating up toward his own blue line. Now drops one back. Gonsalves will come through the neutral zone. Lost it coming to the Boston line, and Harris sends back the other way. 5 seconds left on the Tampa power play as McDonough steps out to his own blue line. And a dump into the Boston zone. Jokiharju will get there first. Power play is over. Arvidsson's out of the box. So the team's at full strength, approaching 6 minutes gone here in the first period. Lightning are on the board first, 1-0. Zadorov and Jokiharju digging off the end boards in behind Korpisalo. Puck comes squirting free back toward the blue line. McDonough there to keep it alive. Crozier tried to get it to the net. That's blocked by Zadorov. Arvidsson will swipe it back out into neutral ice. Asimon against McDonough on the near boards in front of the penalty boxes. Bruins force it across the line, and here's a chance in front for Minton, having to kick that puck toward his stick.
Wasn't clean. Didn't get to him clean. He was trying to kick it up to his stick. Wasn't able to do it.
Minton battling out of the corner. Puck comes to the side of the net, and Johansson covers that. So the Bruins will get an attack zone faceoff when we come back. 13:31 to play here in the first period at TD Garden. It's Tampa Bay 1, Bruins nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern is second to none. Humble, just, humane, temperate, sincere, dignified, and yes, he wrote this.
People come up to me and go, "Loved you on Howard," every single day. You are pretty much the best interviewer in the world.
You make it happen because you're easy to talk to.
I'm just blown away by the talent you have.
Howard, you bring out the honesty in people, and I love that.
It was fun. I never thought it was going to be like this. I thought I wanted to pull my teeth out.
Only on Howard 100. Now available to most subscribers.
Now through October 31st, SiriusXM is giving away a pair of tickets to every MLB postseason game through the World Series. Listen to MLB Network Radio for the clues. To be the first caller to correctly name the postseason hero, you'll receive a pair of tickets to an MLB postseason game. MLB Network Radio has your chance to win on SiriusXM 89 in the SiriusXM app. No transportation will be included in connection with these prizes. For full contest information and official rules, visit SiriusXM.com/MLB Postseason Heroes 2025. No purchase necessary. Open only to current SiriusXM subscribers prior to September 19th. You must be a U.S. resident over the age of 18.
Experience the pinnacle of club soccer in the UEFA Champions League on SiriusXM FC. This is the place where legends are born.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Dynasties are built.
Real Madrid do what they do best.
And history is made.
It is a night to remember for Paris Saint-Germain.
Hear the top Champions League matches all season long on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
The first 5 minutes of today's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Celebrate Truck Month and hurry in to secure your deal today. Built Ford tough. Boston down 1-0, just about 6.5 minutes into this first period. As the Lightning able to get an early one. Each team with about 90 seconds worth of power play time so far as well. Neither team able to find the back of the net on that. Face off in the offensive zone here for Elias Lindholm. Lightning will control it. Out of the near corner comes J.J. Moser. Send it across ice. Cernak will dump in from the red line. Around the boards it comes near side. And right in front for Yanni Gourde, whose shot goes up and over the net and out of play.
That's when it comes around the boards and just wasn't quite handled cleanly, I should say. And all of a sudden, there's a man wide open in front of the net. Gourde put that puck up and over top of the crossbar. The Bruins try to converge back on Gourde. McAvoy going to the far corner, looking for the dump around, the reverse around the boards. They end up going up the strong side. That's going to leave the front of the net exposed.
Face off to Korpisalo's right. Lindholm will take it against Gourde. Near circle to our left. Off the drop, comes free to Bjorkstrand. Moser tried to shoot, blocked by Lohrei, still loose. Bjorkstrand's second shot, blocked by McAvoy. Lindholm able to kick it free from the slot. Geekie gives it back to him. Ricocheted puck toward the neutral ice for Pasternak. He gets tangled in traffic along the near board. Bjorkstrand drops it back. Deflected into the Bruins zone by Gourde. McAvoy puts his shoulder into him. Puck behind the net to Lohrei. Over to Geekie to the far side. Into the middle from McAvoy.
Yeah, he's got no stick.
His stick broke, and he had to play it out of the zone with his glove. Now he gets a stick handed to him by Geekie, and Geekie blocks a pass, and then he swats it out of the zone with his glove and heads back for a change. Bruins regain behind the net. Lohrei gets it from Peak. Gives it back to Peak coming out of the zone. Dump in from the red line. At the side of the net, Johansson will tee it up for Crozier coming around into the near corner. And he has to do battle with Husnudinov. But a broken stick belonging to a Lightning player. It's Douglas, who's without one in front of the net. And he looks like he's trying to grab one out of the hands of Mark Kastelik. Johansson able to glove the puck and draw a whistle.
Kastelik can't believe he's not getting a penalty here. He's had a hold of his stick. Kastelik was trying to provide a screen in front of the net. And, I mean, Douglas has no stick. He's grabbed Kastelik's stick and he's trying to push him out of the way so Johansson can see that shot coming in. Kastelik looking at the referee, you got to be kidding me.
Douglas is not a small man either. He's 6'9", 242 pounds. That's a heck of a tug of war with he and Kastelik.
Oh, he had a big bout the other day with McDermott for the Ottawa Senators.
Peak put a shot just wide of the net, came ricocheting back out in front. Lightning go the other way. It certainly looked offside at the blue line. Kicked away here by Korpisalo. Bruins clear the zone. Middlestat. Zaka goes across near side for Arvidsson from the circle. A low shot sticked away. Now Zadorov back at the point. On to Jokiharju near side. Deflected shot by Zaka. Moser's now without a stick in the Tampa Bay zone, but the Lightning will get a clear here. Jokiharju knocked away a pass intended for Hagel in the neutral ice. Kucherov's got it on his stick as he wheels back toward the near side wall. He resets near the red line and gives it left side for point. Shoved by Jokiharju. Puck goes around behind the net. Kucherov to it first. Around that far side. They'll work it back into the circle for Kucherov. Point with a one-timer. Save made. And Point able to track his rebound and get a soft backhander back into the crease. Korpisalo covers that up.
Yeah, Middlestat's going to be better there defensively. You know, these guys are really good. We know that. But Kucherov with the puck, and it's a little soft pass to Point. Middlestat's there, but he kind of reaches in with one hand. Point gets the shot away and then steps by him to try to get the rebound. You got to be harder in your own zone. On the goal that was scored, and certainly on that instance right there. A couple different players, not the same guy, but Middlestat, if he's going to be in the middle there and he's going to be playing center, he's got to be harder in that area, especially on a guy like Point.
Face-off win by Minton. Jeannot gives it back to Minton, coming out across his own blue line. Now Jeannot to McAvoy. McAvoy cutting to the right side circle and tried a shot. That was blocked and wrapped up the near side. Cleared by Gensel. Gonsalves across the Boston line. Long shot wide on the stick side. McDonough will play it back center blue line. Gets it right back from Gonsalves. And now right in front. Korpisalo able to make the save at the far side of the crease. And a scramble for the loose puck as Chernak gets it back down toward Gensel. He and Lori get locked up along the end boards. 10.5 to go here in the first period. Tampa with a 1-0 edge. Loose puck in the far corner. Comes back toward the point. McDonough walking it along the blue line. Lost possession. 2-on-1 for the Bruins. Minton sends it across. And the shot by Asamon is blocked.
Chernak
sliding in front of him. Cirelli clears the zone. We got two pucks on the ice here. Not sure where the other one came from, but the officials blow the play dead.
I'll tell you, for the Bruins part, they need to be stronger in their own zone. They need to be a little sturdier inside their own zone. And it's more a couple individuals than team as of right now. I mean, that's a great opportunity there for Tampa again. And then the Bruins get the 2-on-1. They get a little gift from McDonough, who can't handle that puck at the blue line. All of a sudden, it's a 2-on-1 going the other way. Pretty well executed, but Chernak sliding to keep that puck out.
Off the face-off. Lightning going to get it deep here with Bjorkstrand chasing Harris into the near corner. On the wall. It'll be pushed back down lower by Holmberg behind the net. Harris tried to stop with it. Got shoved away from it. Gord will play it around the far boards. Moser waiting for it at the right point. Holmberg along the blue line. Pass toward the far circle. Harris had it briefly, but the Lightning regain. Around the near side. It'll come free to Hedman, who fires a shot toward the slot. Knocked down by Harris. Lobs one ahead. Pasternak was behind Hedman, but couldn't knock that out of midair.
Yeah, Hedman was chasing him, had a pretty good angle, and they couldn't get it to him directly.
Hedman leads a three-man rush forward here. Bjorkstrand, high slot, shot, glove stop by Korpisalo, hangs on. And we'll take a stoppage here with 9:18 to play in the first period. Tampa Bay 1 and the Bruins 0 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
I love shows about survivalists, eager to test themselves under the most extreme conditions. Of course, when you consider weather events these days, wildfires, hurricanes, torrential rain, and flooding, we're all survivalists. Visit the Resource Center at safetyinsurance.com and be prepared to protect your family, your property, even your business. The forecast calls for safety. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Bruins fans, today only score individual tickets with 0 fees. Catch division rivalries, original 6 matchups, theme nights, and more here at TD Garden and pay no fees. But hurry, because this special offer ends at midnight and does not apply to certified resale tickets. Head to bostonbruins.com/tickets and lock in your seats fee-free today. Face-off win in the defensive zone here by Sean Corrali. 9:15 to go first period. Boston down 1-0. Anthony Cirelli's first of the year from Jake Gensel and Gage Gonsalves at 1:09, putting Tampa on the board first. Kastelik trying to push one through neutral ice. It'll ricochet on to McDonough here for the Lightning. McDonough taking his time in his defensive zone. Now starts it up. Pass toward Douglas at center ice. Chip toward the far boards. Corrali in front of the Boston bench against Chernak. Lightning will regain possession. Lilleberg got it to the red line. Kastelik gloved it down there and dumped it in as Connor Geekie comes crashing into him.
Yeah, Kastelik saw him coming, dropped his shoulder, reverse hit.
Connor is Morgan's younger brother. 3rd time they've played against each other in the National Hockey League. 2 of them last year. Down the near sideboards. McAvoy behind the net to Lohrei. And it's helped out of the zone by Arvidsson. Whipped across ice by Mittelstadt. Zaka had to catch up with it and gets tangled up along the near side boards. Hagel will deal it up for Crozier coming out of the zone. He, in turn, goes right side for Braden Point. Pivots away from Lohrei. Whipped out of the corner by Kucherov. Came all the way through and caroms out into neutral ice. 7:50 to go here in the first period. Crozier to the center ice circle. Dump in. Korpisalo stopped it at the back of the net. Jordan Harris on to Peak. Neutral ice. Minton one-touched it along for Jeannot coming right side. Trying to fight his way around Victor Hedman to get that puck at the back of the net for Asimon. Asimon steps out toward the far corner. Reverses back down low and tried to get it in front, but that was broken up. Both Jeannot and Minton battling for possession in front of the net. Here's Bjorkstrand handing one off to Gord coming down the right circle, and a flashy glove stop by Korpisalo.
Yeah, a little bit of a funny bounce that time, but Bruins end up getting victimized again. Too many grade A chances given up so far by the Bruins. That puck was dumped in as it was going around the boards. It comes right back out in front, just in front of Korpisalo. Harris blows a tire, and that leads to a good scoring chance.
Defensive zone face-off coming here with 7:14 to play in the first period. And Elias Lindholm will come out to take that draw. He has been excellent, to say the least, in the first 3 games of this season on the face-offs. Over 70% success rate. We'll get a clear here as he's able to win that puck near the blue line. Hammered around the near side boards of the Tampa Bay zone. Gonsalves helped it forward. Korpisalo gave it to Zadorov. His pass up the middle picked off by Gensel. Cirelli down low to Gonsalves. Chance in front. Cirelli scores. Off the feed from behind the net by Gensel. Cirelli able to roof it. And Tampa's got a 2-0 lead, and Cirelli's got them both.
Yeah, puck management right now for the Bruins isn't good. They're a little too soft in their own zone. Zadorov frustrated with himself there. The handoff, Korpisalo, and Zadorov tries to make a pass up the middle. That's picked off. And they go to work down low. It was Gensel who picked it off, and then Gensel eventually makes the feed to Cirelli, and then up top by Cirelli. A frustrating first period, the way the Bruins have played inside their own zone.
So a 2-0 Tampa Bay lead, 6:40 to go here in the first. Curtis Douglas going to bring into the Boston zone here. Gets knocked to the ice.
Got numbers.
And off they go here. Kastelik on the right side. Hedman comes over and puts an end to that rush.
He had a 3-on-2 that just never materialized.
It's backhanded into the attack zone. Johansson played off into the far corner for Hedman. Puck will come back in his direction. Poked out of the zone by Douglas. And now race for it up ice, and it's going to be Chafee moving in for the chance. Korpisalo stayed right with him. Pirelli had knocked down as he tried to play the puck behind the net. Lilleberg back at the near point. Then over to the far side. Connor Geekie. Lightning will lose it out of the zone here as Lilleberg resets at neutral ice.
Not even a shot on goal there, but again, sloppy and turning the puck over, and all of a sudden there's a breakaway. The shots say 8-6 right now.
It feels
the grade A chances have all been on Tampa's side.
Yeah, it feels more lopsided than that. And it's off a dump in. Korpisalo backhands it toward the near corner. Peak chipped it along for Middlestat, couldn't settle it. Peak will try it to the far side. Arvidsson trying to one-time a pass over for Middlestat. Bouncing puck inside the Tampa Bay zone. Gets cleared by Crozier. Peak pressured by Point, near corner of the Bruins zone. Able to reverse it toward the near side for Arvidsson, who clears, but right to Hedman at center ice. Dump in. Wraps around the glass. Peak sends to Harris at the back of the Bruins net. Boston moving left to right. 15 minutes into this one. They trail 2-0. Arvidsson peels off near his own blue line and drops the puck back. He headed off at a change. Harris to Peak near circle. Up the right side for Zacha. Blocked by Moser. Peak gets it back through neutral ice to Minton with a little space. Minton moving to the left circle. Hedman comes over to greet him. Minton turns it along the far wall. Eyssimont to the corner, to the back of the net. Stuffer near side post. Johansson made the save, and that will do it for that as Jeannot gets into a little shoving battle after the whistle. We will step aside here with 4:28 to go in the first period. It's Tampa Bay 2 and the Bruins nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. But try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
.428 to go in the first period. Tampa Bay out to a 2-0 lead here at TD Garden. Scoring on both of their goals is exactly the same. Anthony Cirelli from Jink Gensel and Gage Gonzalez One at 1:09, the second at 13:16 of this first period. Bruins will get an attack zone face-off to resume things as Elias Lindholm stands in against Cirelli. Elias wins the face-off. Zadorov got it over to Jokiharju for the drive, kicked away into the slot and cleared off the near boards. It does get out of the zone as Geekie tried to settle it down. Pasternak left one at the blue line, and the Lightning will take that back. Gonsalves from center ice will dump it in. Around the far boards, it comes to Cirelli. Geekie relieves him of the puck, throws it up the left side. It hit the linesman who's up on top of the dasher in front of the Bruins bench trying to get out of the way. Stays in play. Lightning control in their own zone. McDonough around to Chernak. Point drops it back to McDonough. From his own blue line. Pass to the left side was deflected by Minton, who's looking around for an offside, and in fact it is.
Yeah, Tampa has exposed the Bruins so far in this first period. Yeah, they come out with a good wraparound opportunity. There's a rebound in front there for Jeannot on the last shift, but the Bruins have been a little careless, a little soft inside their own zone to start this game. And Tampa's taking advantage of them.
Face-off comes all the way back into the Lightning end here. Be Minton against Point on this draw. And Minton, a little over-anxious, gets kicked out of the face-off circle. Jeannot comes in, wins the draw cleanly. Lohrei with a drive that goes wide on the short side. McAvoy able to help hold the line here against Hagel in the near corner. Point gave it away to Eyssimont near circle, sent one right through the slot, but nobody was there.
That's Lohrei, weak side D coming into the slot that time.
And the puck jumps out of play with 3:27 to go in the first. This has been a lot different feel in this first period than we've seen in the first three games so far. Face off in the attack zone for Casey Middlestat this time.
They had their lapses against Chicago a little bit. Most of that was off the rush, though. It wasn't once they were established in the zone. This has been a little bit of everything.
Hagel gets it out into neutral ice. Arvidsson had it taken away by Kucherov. Kucherov had it knocked off his stick just inside the Boston line. Zacha trying to move forward. Got knocked down by Point. Puck back inside Boston territory. Lohrei to McAvoy, near side. And Middlestat tried to move it forward. Zacha helps it deep into Tampa territory. Point ahead of Arvidsson. Kucherov wheels toward the far side boards. Now carries all the way out through the center ice dot. Left side for Hedman coming down the circle. Drops it for Kucherov, whose shot skimmed just off of Korpisalo and up and out of play.
Yeah, Hedman's jumping up into the rush that time. Takes it off of his skate. A heads-up play to just drop that puck for Kucherov on the opportunity.
Hedman, 34 years old, starting out his 17th NHL season. A couple of Stanley Cups, Conn Smythe Trophy and Norris Trophy. Over 1,100 career games and closing in on 800 career points from the back end.
Brent Burns played his 1,500th game the other day.
I just won't stop.
Out in Colorado now. We'll see him later this week.
There's Kastelik to Corrali. Dump in from the red line. Off the back glass. Ricochets out toward the far side of the net, and Johansson dives on top of it with Hustadinov coming hard.
Now Bruins looking for a spark here, right? I mean, it's whether it's a hit, whether it's a forecheck, whether it's a sustained shift in the offensive zone, they're looking for some kind of momentum here. It's been a stop and start first period, and a period of mistakes from Bruins defensively.
Minton will take the offensive zone face-off after a quick word with Eyssimont, who lines up along the hash marks near side. Off the draw, he is able to kick it back to Jokiharju. Zadorov tried to get it in front, but his stick snapped in half. He heads back to the bench to get a fresh one, and the Lightning will come out of the zone. Bjorkstrand Cross to the near side for Gord. Trickler toward the net. Korpisalo will play it away from his crease. Asamont got it from Jokiharju. Minton over by the Boston bench. Just throws one forward. Bjorkstrand gets to it inside the Tampa zone. Lightning will have Lilleberg to dump it in from just inside the red line. Zadorov gets body position on Gord behind the net. Jokiharju played it near side, but to no one in particular. Pasternak coming back to break up a pass and sends Elias Lindholm the other way. Hands off to a cutting Jokiharju from the left circle. A shot. Johansson saw that one the whole way and hangs on with 92 seconds to go in the first period.
Yeah, see if they can get some kind of momentum built up before going into the locker room here after this first period. Jokiharju jumping up into the play, gets that drop pass from Lindholm. Kind of a wide-angle shot, and pretty routine save for Johansson.
Seems like Tampa Bay has done a good job in this period as well. When the Bruins do get possession of the puck, there hasn't been a lot of room to maneuver.
How many goals have they given up in 2 games?
10.
Exactly.
Off the face-off, McAvoy with a shot. Save made. Rebound knocked away from Lindholm in front of the net. Pasternak collides with Gonçalves along the far boards. Brought back behind the net by McDonough from the near circle with a long pass through neutral ice. Gonçalves up the right wing side. Lohrei comes over, gets a stick on him, and forces him off toward the end boards. Lightning maintained possession, though, with a minute 10 to go in the period. Puck comes back deep. Gonçalves trying to center. That was blocked by Korpisalo. Pasternak going to bring back through the neutral zone. Right wing pass for Geekie. Over to the far side. One-timer by McAvoy. Kicked away.
And it was a good one, and the rebound was right there for Pasternak, just past his stick.
McDonough settles things down. Both teams getting changes on with 48 to go in the period.
Some doors being slammed over on that Bruins bench right now.
Off a dump in, Korpisalo backhands it around toward the near side. Zacha at the hash marks. Off the near wall for Arvidsson, directed ahead. Middlestat going to get behind Moser and avoid an icing. Takes a hit in the far corner, got it to Arvidsson, right in front. Zacha just missed the net. Lightning get possession with 20 seconds to go in the period. In a neutral ice they come with Braden Point gaining the Boston line. Middlestat swept that puck away from him. Zacha and Arvidsson come forward. Zacha deals it off to the right side. Arvidsson takes a hit from Moser, coughs up the puck, and Hagel moves back the other way. Hagel's pass across and comes back across just out of the reach of Korpisalo and wide of the net from Kucherov, and that will do it for period number 1. So the Bruins trailing 2-0 at the end of 20 minutes thanks to a couple of goals by the Lightning's Anthony Cirelli.
That last chance by the Bruins was the one-timer by McAvoy, and it was actually tipped by Pasternak on the way in, and then he just misses getting his own rebound.
So it's a 2-0 Tampa Bay lead. See if the Bruins can generate a few more of those chances in the final 40 minutes. We'll be back with our first intermission from TD Garden here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
A coastal storm is affecting the New England area. If you're experiencing property damage from all the heavy wind and rain, your first call is always Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, because they'll take care of everything from beginning to end. And with locations across the region, Blue Sky will be at your home or business in no time and get you back to normal faster than anyone. Visit gobluesky.com. That's goblusky.com. Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins. 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
With the cough and cold season upon us, Ocean State Job Lot carries many of your favorite brands, yet we sell these products from 20 to 60% off your favorite drugstore. Robitussin, Ricola, Mucinex, NyQuil, Advil, Vicks, all types of vitamins, including Centrum and Vitafusion, cough drops from Halls and Honeys, chapstick, Listex, Burt's Bees, and Vaseline lip therapies, right down to lotion-based puffs to blow your nose. Save money when you shop at Ocean State Job Lot. Take a look at our cough and cold center the next time you visit us.
When it comes to protecting homes, shortcuts fail. That's why pros have trusted AZEK Exteriors Trim and Siding, the MVP of exterior protection for 25 years. Built to last and proven in the toughest Northeast weather conditions, AZEK doesn't just look good, it performs under pressure. Cheap overseas-made imitators? They might look similar until they fail, and the builder's reputations and the homeowner's wallet take the hit. Trim matters, so don't cut corners. Do it right. Use AZEK Trim. Made in America. Visit azekexteriors.com.
Bruins trailing 2-0 to Tampa Bay at the end of one period here at TD Garden. And for our first intermission today, we continue our early season division previews with a look at the Bruins competition in the Atlantic. And that conversation begins with the two-time defending champions, Stanley Cup champion, Florida Panthers. Brad Marchand and company having to deal with the loss of their captain, Sasha Barkov, for the whole season.
Yeah, you can't replace Barkey. He does so many different things. On and off the ice. But one of the things that I was really, really impressed about was that when you came in, you didn't feel like one guy led the way.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, some people writing the Florida Panthers off, I think that's a little bit premature. Barkov does mean an awful lot to them, and they're also without Matthew Tkachuk to start the season. They're hoping he can come back in, December or January, so playing injured all last year during the playoffs. But they were able to re-sign the band and keep the band together and make some of the signings that they had last year. They'll be a little bit more up against it this year because of some of the new rules that are in place. If you have somebody on long-term IR, you can't exactly replace that exact salary anymore. So there's a few new rules in place that is trying to take some of that away. But you had an Atlantic Division last year, Ryan, that 5 teams made the playoffs. You were waiting for other teams to see if they could make the jump. Well, the Canadians and the Senators both made that jump and got themselves into the playoffs. The Bruins were the team that fell out of it, but between Florida, between Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Tampa, 5 teams that get in there in the playoffs, and it proves to be another tough division again this year.
Well, the Maple Leafs were able to advance, but lost to in the second round to the Florida Panthers. They also then lost Mitch Marner over the offseason to Vegas. Brad Treliving, their general manager, says not quite a finished product here.
I think we're still a work in progress, right? Like trying to fit some new people in. And there's some flexibility with positional flexibility. And then ultimately we're still sort of finding where everybody fits.
And they don't have the core 4 anymore. And that was something Craig Berube was asked about, and he said, well, nobody can call us the core 4 anymore. I think he was sick and tired.
He was fine with it, yeah.
Yeah, and even Austin Matthews said, I'll give you 2 weeks to ask questions about Mitch Marner not being here, and then I'm not answering anymore. It's time to move on. So, look, Toronto's still got a lot of firepower. They're a good hockey team, so we'll see how this season pans out. And losing Marner is certainly a big hole in their lineup, but they've got some good, young, up-and-coming players. Matthew Nyes he's legit. He's a good hockey player, and he'll get a bigger, expanded role this season.
Ottawa Senators snapped a 7-year playoff drought last season. They lost to Toronto in the first round. Brady Tkachuk hoping to build on that this season.
Whole new year. Such a great group of guys ready to show what we're all about, and kind of goes without saying it's just a perfect opportunity for us.
Yeah, he's their heart and soul, right? Brady Tkachuk is. They solidified their goaltending position. Linus Ullmark wasn't great the other day, but he was really good for them last season. Staying healthy is going to be key for him and for this Ottawa Senators team. And, they've got some good young players who have finally now realized they got a taste of winning, and they want to continue to move forward. They only finished a couple points behind the Florida Panthers last year. in the regular season.
Well, you mentioned they kind of made the jump, and so did the Montreal Canadiens, who got into the playoffs as a wild card last year. Their captain, Nick Suzuki, says they're going to be a tough team to contend with.
Every line's dangerous. Even from our back end, it's we got a lot of talent, and I think we're dangerous all over the lineup. So it's tougher teams to defend.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year last year, and Lane Hudson, who just signed a nice new contract for himself. They might have another Rookie of the Year this year, so they've got some good young talent in their lineup. They traded for a guy like Patrick Laine last year, and he's on their fourth line right now. Right. He'll be parked in the left wing circle taking those one-time bombs, but on the power play. But they've got a lot of young talent. They've got a lot of room for optimism there in Montreal and the job that they've done in drafting and developing. Yeah, that contract announced today for Lane Hudson, 8 years, just a shade under $9 million per season. Meanwhile, the Detroit Red Wings, after a midseason coaching change, they couldn't rally themselves back into a playoff spot, missed the postseason for the 9th consecutive year, and their head coach Todd McClellan hoping to see more of a killer instinct from his team.
We have talked about this, our identity. We need to play with some pace. We need to have a hunting mentality. I'm not sure that everybody knows what that means, but our guys know what that means.
Well, they need to. I mean, Red Wing fans are getting a little antsy. As nice as they are in Detroit, they booed them off the ice the other day after 2 periods of play. So, Detroit trying to get it going here, and I think fans have had enough. It's kind of like the Buffalo Sabres, who we're going to talk about next. Yeah, we saw the Buffalo Sabres here on Saturday. They're trying to snap a 14-year playoff drought, and things haven't exactly started smoothly for Lindy Ruff's team.
Well, it's like I said, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Stuff that, in Denny's case was, something I don't think I've ever seen as a coach. Maybe it's just a test for us right off the bat. Yeah, well, 2 games in, and Lindy Ruff's already calling him out. Not so much in that clip, but he's already kind of calling him out, for effort and, needed a little bit more competitiveness. And then the one team we don't mention here, Ryan, is because the Bruins are playing them here, the Tampa Bay Lightning. A lot of people picking Tampa Bay to win the division this year. That is our preview of the Atlantic Division. And through 1 period of play here in this Atlantic Division matchup, Tampa Bay Lightning have themselves a 2-0 lead over the Bruins. Anthony Cirelli getting both of those goals in that first period for the Lightning. First at 1:09 of the period, and the second at 13:16, and both of those goals set up by Jake Gensel and Gage Gonsalves. The same scoring on each goal. It's 2-0. Shots on goal in that first period, 11-9 in favor of the Bruins, but it was the Lightning who clearly had the better of the scoring chances in that period. So we will step aside, be back with a check of the out-of-town scores. Some afternoon games happening on this holiday, both in the United States and Canada. We'll check those scores next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now through October 31st, SiriusXM is giving away a pair of tickets to every MLB postseason game through the World Series. Listen to MLB Network Radio for the clues. To be the first caller to correctly name the postseason hero, you'll receive a pair of tickets to an MLB postseason game. MLB Network Radio has your chance to win on SiriusXM 89 in the SiriusXM app. No transportation will be included in connection with these prizes. For full contest information and official rules, visit SiriusXM.com/MLB Postseason Heroes 2025. No purchase necessary. Open only to current SiriusXM subscribers prior to September 19th. Must be a U.S. resident over the age of 18.
Every NFL Sunday, hear the biggest plays on SiriusXM NFL Radio's Sunday Drive.
Houston has the ball with less than a minute to go, trying to get a game-time score.
Follow the entire league without changing the channel. Plus, fantasy updates and post-game interviews.
Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels joining us.
We got to go out there. We got to make plays. We got to be able to finish.
The Sunday Drive brings you closer to the NFL. Sundays, noon to 8 Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Nothing puts you closer to the action than SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
St. Louis Blues General Manager Doug Armstrong, Alex Steen, speak to where that's at, the succession plan. And
he is going to be the manager after this season. You have to know when your expiration date is with the group. And I think it was time to be honest with myself that the organization itself needed to change. And we're excited to have Alex ready to take over.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio.
But the other thing that Connor McDavid has earned is he's earned a voice in what happens with the team. Where are you guys headed? What are you guys doing? I need to know, because he made it very clear in his comments, I want a chance to win and win again. That doesn't mean he gets final say. They need to listen to Connor McDavid. They need to express their views to Connor McDavid.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
One period complete here at TD Garden. The Tampa Bay Lightning have a 2-0 lead over the Bruins. There are other games happening around the NHL this afternoon, including in Buffalo, where the Colorado Avalanche have a 2-1 lead over the Sabres. Cale Makar putting Colorado back in front in that one in the second period, just about midway through. They are through one period of play in Ottawa. Senators and the Predators are scoreless in that one. And they're also through one on Long Island, where the Islanders trail at home to the Winnipeg Jets by this count of 2-0. All the other games are later. A 2 o'clock start in Toronto with the Maple Leafs hosting the Detroit Red Wings. The night games, Florida is at Philadelphia. The Panthers getting out to a 3-0 start so far this season. New Jersey is in Columbus to take on the Blue Jackets. 7:30 start in Vancouver as they host the Blues tonight. At 8 o'clock, the Kings will visit the Minnesota Wild, and at 8:30, it's the Utah Mammoth on the road to take on the Chicago Blackhawks. 2-0. Bruins trail the Tampa Bay Lightning at the end of one. We'll have the second period coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Layer on the flavor with the DQ sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Introducing your ultimate golf destination, the Golf Galaxy Performance Center at Wayside, opening October 15th. Celebrate with us at the grand opening event, October 24th through the 26th, with over $30,000 in giveaways and prizes, including our 10K closest to the pin contest. Discover the latest golf clubs, explore cutting-edge styles, and immerse yourself in a brand new golf experience. And the first 100 adults in line each day will receive a mystery gift card with a chance to win up to $500. Learn more at golfgalaxy.com/Burlington.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro loyalty for details. Subject to change.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Are you stuck in traffic going to the game? Next time, do what I do. Just take the train to North Station. With Commuter Rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you ride with $10 weekends. So next game, don't be late battling traffic and parking. Ugh. Get tickets with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
The biggest names in the game.
Quickly in. Here's Giroux going to the net. Shoots one. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Off the feed from behind the net by Gensel. Cirelli able to roof it. And Tampa's got a 2-0 lead, and Cirelli's got them both. 2-0 Tampa leads as we get ready to start the second period. Our first intermission brought to you by TD Bank. TD cardholders score special benefits here at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. As we get ready to start the second period, Bruins will be moving from right to left on offense, and hopefully will spend some more time in the offensive zone than they did in that first period, although they did end up with an 11-9 shots on goal advantage, and the attempts were just about even. The best opportunities belong to the Lightning, and they have that 2-0 lead to show for it. Moser retreats deep in his own zone off the faceoff. Takes a pretty heavy hit behind the net from Jeannot, but the Lightning will get it cleared.
Yeah, those two came face-to-face there in the first period in front of the Tampa net.
Bjorkstrand dumped one in. Puck rattles around toward the near side. Bjorkstrand takes a hit from Jeannot, gave him a little reverse hit in return. Moser sets it up along the far circle. Holmberg gloves it down into the corner. Jeannot turns him off the puck. And the Bruins look to push out, but Pete couldn't get it out of the zone, and now a chance right in front, and they score. And it's a wide-open net for Yanni Gourde as Tampa makes it 3-0 inside of the first minute of the period.
Yeah, I mean, the chances that Tampa has generated this game so far, and it's still early, there's a lot of time left. We haven't seen these mistakes made by the Bruins. Bruins trying to get four guys up on the rush, but that puck getting away up on the right wing. Nobody can catch up to it. It's kept in right at the blue line. And what a nice play there by Bjorkstrand. Turn around, getting this pass over to Gourde for a wide open net. He goes to his backhand. Korpisalo's got to play, got to respect the deke there right in front. He's all alone. And then he spins and makes this pass over to Gourde.
So for Yanni Gourde, his second.
But it's a turnover, not getting it out at the blue line. Right. Talked about attention to detail in the defensive zone against a team that can score, the highest scoring team in the league last year. And it's been anything but for the Bruins here in this first period plus.
McAvoy got it to Middlestat. Through neutral ice comes Zaka, skates it across the line. Arvidsson back to Middlestat, left circle, and he scores! Casey Middlestat able to beat Johansson on the blocker's side, and the Bruins answer right back. It's 3-1.
Indeed, Middlestat had a good burst of speed in the first period. I'd like to see a little bit more of that from him. This is one where he's going to come late. Better breakout by the Bruins. Use the middle of the ice. Zaka moves it over to the right wing. That's Arvidsson going between the legs to get it back into the middle. So Middlestat starts the rush. Then he comes right down the middle. He gets the return pass there from Arvidsson. And he goes high to the blocker side here on Johansson.
So that will be Arvidsson's first point as a Bruin.
Thought he had one a couple games ago.
Not going to take this one away. He initially had been given an assist against Chicago as he made a play, but they later ruled that there were no assists because the puck had been played by the Blackhawks. And so Bruins cut it back to a 2-goal game. Middlestat with his second of the season. Zaka will get the other assist on that goal, gives him 4 points in 4 games. Lightning trying to get set up offensively. McDonough. Puck slipped away from him.
He turned one over in the first period that led to a 2-on-1.
Just about. Lightning able to keep this one in the zone. They get it down low. Kucherov flips one toward the far circle, settled by McDonough. Back in the net, Zadorov seals Kucherov away from it, but it's taken by Point. He works his way through traffic in the far circle, gives back to McDonough at the point, shoots it off the end boards. Kucherov trying to force it back out in front. Now it's McDonough giving into the middle. Kucherov from the near circle with a shot through traffic. Korpisalo kicked that aside. On the far wall, Point rubbed off it by Elias Lindholm. Puck lobbed ahead by Pasternak. Hedman back just ahead of Geekie. Corrali just on fresh, racing over to try and keep in a McDonough clear. Instead, now Husnudinov will help it deep. Johansson goes back behind the net, wrapped it around the far boards, and it's kept in. Peak throws one toward the net. That one skimmed wide off the redirect. Husnudinov in the near corner. Harris from the left point. Shoots. That one blocked by Connor Geekie. Turnaround shot by Kastelik made it through. Pad save. Here's Harris along the blue line. Off the end boards, he sends it back out in front off a ricochet. But just out of Husnudinov's reach. Bruins able to keep it alive, though. Husnudinov against Hedman. Huge size mismatch there, but got the puck to Corrali. He wrapped it up the far boards, and it gets out of the zone. Korpisalo will give to Peak back deep in the Bruins' end. 16:48 to go in the second. 3-1 Tampa leads. Asimont carries across the line. Takes the shot. Stick save. In the near corner, Asimont tracked his own rebound. Lightning will start out, though. Bjorkstrand leading one up the left wing side. Holmberg in a wrestling match with McAvoy as they go into the corner. McAvoy's
stick being held.
Yeah. There's a shot off the near boards by Crozier. Save made. Rebound. Kick to Holmberg, who scores. And Tampa makes it a 4-1 game.
Yeah, they're kind of holding each other. Holmberg had a hold of the left arm of McAvoy. But just too many easy goals. I mean, there's empty nets.
Right, those last two have both been shot into empty nets. Bjorkstrand just able to backhanded that one just wide of the net, and Holmberg was standing all by himself along the near post. So it's a 3-goal deficit here again. Here's McAvoy from the top of the circle. Fires one wide. Lohrei threw one in front. Ricocheted over to the far circle. And that one ends up going wide off the stick of Asimont. Asimont's got it back in the right wing corner. Tried to turn with it against Cirelli. Minton gets involved. Puck chopped off the boards right to McAvoy, who keeps in. Jeannot giving chase. And the puck will be cleared. Lohrei back just ahead of Gensel. At center ice, Moser backhands one blindly to the near side, trying to find Gonsalves. McAvoy to Minton at the red line. Jeannot picks up a loose puck inside the Tampa zone. Centering pass got through Asimont. Both of those guys will head off on a change as Gensel starts the Lightning back. 4.5 minutes into this second period. Jokiharju to Arvidsson. He'll lift one deep into the attack zone. In the near corner, Lilleberg reversed it. Middlestat trying to center for Zacha was broken up. And the Lightning start back the other way. Pass across is picked off by Zadorov just inside the Boston line. Arvidsson, pressured by Hagel, got knocked to a knee. Hagel's got the puck moving in right circle. Drops it off, gets it right back, and hit it the outside of the post.
He had an open net.
It was 3-on-1, and Korpisalo was down on his belly trying to go back and forth there. Very nearly a 5-1 lead.
Give and go, and Hagel got it back. He just took himself too deep before he was able to get that shot away. He had the whole top half of the net.
Point got sealed off behind here by Harris. Around the near side, Pasternak taps it free. Harris has a 2-on-1 with Zacha. Harris moving down the left circle, shoots, and scores! Jordan Harris, the Haverhill native, with his first as a Bruin, and it cuts it back to a 4-2 game.
Down on some of these mistakes defensively. Test Tampa, they've given up a ton of goals. John Cooper just giving it to his team on the bench right now. His face is about as red as I've ever seen it. Give up a 2-on-1 right after they make the score 4-1. Harris going to take advantage. Instead of making the pass, he comes down the left wing side. Lets this shot go short side on Johansson. Got a ton of mistakes made this afternoon from the defensive side of things. John Cooper he's irate over there.
So Jordan Harris, 2 games in a Bruins uniform and 2 points.
I think it was Zacha coming down the other side. I thought he might go to Zacha with the pass. Instead, he takes that shot.
Well, McDonough was taking away the pass the whole way. He was playing right in the middle of that 2-on-1.
You make the pass in front of him, though.
Right. The Lightning trying to answer right back. Puck will come around the near side of the Bruins defensive zone. Gonsalves played it back down toward the corner.
It was right after the Bruins gave up the 3-on-1, and Hagel had the open net.
Losing his stick, Cirelli kicked the puck behind the net. Hensel got it back to Hedman. Around the near side it comes, and Harris with a chance to clear the zone, but forced back a little deeper by Moser. Elias Lindholm to Pasternak, who sends a chip up the right side. Hedman able to hold off Geekie. Gonsalves gets absolutely drilled along the near side by Peak. Play ends up offside. And everyone gathers in here along the near boards just inside the Boston blue line.
It's a good hit. It's a good hit. And no penalty. It's offsides. Man standing still. But if Gonsalves can handle that puck, it's a 2-on-0.
13:30 to play in the second period. Tampa Bay 4, Bruins 2 on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hello, my dear. We've been waiting all year to unleash the sounds of fear. Soundtracks, scary stories, a howl, and a sneer. Sirius XM Scream, your soundtrack for Halloween, starting Wednesday, Channel 105, and on the Sirius XM app.
MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM has on-site coverage of the National League Championship Series. This is Jenny Kavnar. Join me, Grant Paulson, Jim Bowden, and former big leaguer Kevin Franzen for pre- and post-game coverage of every NLCS game.
Coming home, Hernandez, the throw, he's saved! Tail with a foot first slide!
Hear from managers, players, and executives 3 hours before first pitch of every League Championship Series game on MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM 89, and the SiriusXM app.
Experience the pinnacle of club soccer in the UEFA Champions League on Sirius XM FC. This is the place where legends are born.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Dynasties are built.
Real Madrid do what they do best.
And history is made.
It is a night to remember for Paris Saint-Germain.
Hear the top Champions League matches all season long on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Bruins defenseman Jordan Harris's first Boston goal is our electric play of the day, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. The electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. Bruins down 4-2, 6.5 minutes into the second period. 4 goals, 2 aside in the first 5:31 of the period as Corrali moves one to the net, and the save made by Johansson, and he'll cover that up in the crease.
A little more heated after a couple of the whistles. That was a big hit made by Peak. Good, clean hit made by Peak. That time Kaslik going to the net, a little pushing and shoving after the save was made. Said momentum. Yep.
Pontus Holmberg's headed to the box here.
That was for after the whistle there on Kaslik.
The officials perhaps feeling that rise in temperature, going to clamp down here quickly.
Kaslik's helmet ended up off his head. I don't know if that's what they called or.
So this will be the second power play of the afternoon for the Bruins.
Or was it a holding the stick? Yeah. Might have been holding the stick coming back. That's exactly what it was.
Boston's first power play was cut short with 30 seconds to go by a Penalty to Arvidsson.
Pasternak's been a little quiet here in this game. See if this can kind of get him going a little bit.
He is lined up in the high slot area as they get ready for a face-off, far circle to our left. Lindholm wins that draw, back to McAvoy. McAvoy walks it to the middle, gives to Geekie to Pasternak. Back to McAvoy, and a one-timer hit the outside of the net. Zacha gets it from Geekie, steps in behind the net. Back toward Geekie, far side, jumped over his stick. Pasternak races over to keep it in. Throws one on goal from there.
That got deflected.
Johansson made the pad save, and the Lightning clear the rebound. 1:35 to go on the power play as McAvoy starts it from his own line. Leaves it behind for Zacha. Zacha will carry to center ice. Gives it off for Lindholm, but can't gain entry, and Hagel deflects it back toward the Boston zone. Minute 20 to go on the man advantage. McAvoy leaves it in the far circle. Elias Lindholm will carry up through neutral and hand off to Zacha. Carries in across the line, but then his pass was behind Pasternak, and Gensel comes back the other way shorthanded. Gensel moving it toward the slot. Geekie back checking, able to make the play there. Forced behind the net by Yanni Gourde. Now Geekie turns into smoke and ice. 52 to go on the power play. Geekie to the red line.
He wants a change.
He was looking for a place to go with that puck. Ended up just carrying it right in the zone as he continued to get open space. Husnudinov on the right wing side. Lindholm top of the circle. Lohrei center blue line with a shot that ricocheted off a leg in front. Hook back toward the corner, and Hedman is there, and he will clear it and finds Gensel coming ahead through neutral ice to the right wing circle. Tried to stop against Lohrei and blew a tire. Pasternak gets it from Lohrei and moves up the left wing side. Into the middle as he crosses the line. Lohrei left circle, a shot forced wide by Cirelli. 14 to go on the power play. Pasternak got it behind the net to Middlestat, near corner. Back to Lohrei up top. Lohrei to Arvidsson. Puck jumped off his stick, and Hedman will play it out of the corner. Pasternak knocked it out of the air in the neutral zone. Holmberg will step out of the box. Lightning with possession as they get back to full strength. Hagel near side, relieved of the puck by Middlestat. Arvidsson gains the red line and dumps in. Johansson goes back to play it. Puck skipped past him behind the net. Far circle, Kucherov gets a stick to it first, and Point will bring it out into neutral. Right wing the pass too far for Hagel. Zadorov is there, and he'll lob one back out to center ice where it's gloved down by Crozier. 10:45 to go in the second period. Tampa Bay with a 4-2 lead. Kucherov near his own blue line to Chafee. Couldn't get around Zadorov. Jokiharju collects the puck in the Bruins zone. Corrali, pass was behind Jeannot. Off the far boards from Lilleberg. Corrali picked that off. Back across the ice it comes, and Kastelik in the near corner against Crozier. Puck squirted to Lilleberg as he goes to the far corner. It's harassed behind by Jeannot. Forced it back into that corner again. Kastelik throwing his weight around in there deep. But the Lightning will clear. Point to Lilleberg coming down the left side, and the puck deflects up and out of play in the near side corner with 10:02 to go here in the second period.
Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business, and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Face off in the defensive zone here for Fraser Minton. Far circle down to our right. And off the draw. Peak able to get it into the corner. Harris kicked it toward Husnudinov. Forced back toward Harris. And now it's Peak at the back of the net. Backhands it to Asimont near side. Lobbed with the backhander out to the red line. Glove down there by Crozier. And back into the Bruins zone it goes. But Boston in control with Asimont starting out. Bruins moving from right to left here in the second period. Asimont chips it toward the net. Goes and chases into the near corner. Takes a hit from Lilleberg but stays with it. Now Minton involved as well. Husnudinov pushed it back toward Harris at the point. We have a whistle.
Going to be a Bruins penalty. Helmet was knocked off. I think that's what they're going to call.
Now Lilleberg is helmetless right now, and
two of them going.
Actually, he and Asimont both headed to the box. So at 9:26 to go in the second period, It's Tampa with a 4-2 lead as they hand out a couple of penalties here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. But try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season and helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Fans, stay connected to the Bruins all season. Get the latest news, team updates, ticket offers, and exclusive promotions straight to your inbox. Sign up for the official Boston Bruins newsletter at bostonbruins.com/newsletter. 9:26 to go in the second period. Bruins trailing 4-2, and it'll be 4-on-4 here. Mikey Asamont whistled for roughing. Emil Lilleberg of the Lightning whistled for holding. So Elias Lindholm will take the attack zone face-off here alongside David Pastrnak. Zadorov and Yoki Haru round out the four-man unit. And a face-off win, but it'll trickle out of the zone before Zadorov can catch up with it. Lindholm to the far side. Here's Yoki Haru, top of the circle, puts one high and wide. Pastrnak near side, gives back over to Elias Lindholm, who pivots back out of the zone, and the Bruins regroup. Zadorov's pass into Pasternak's skates, kicked it onto his stick, flips it off left side, and Elias Lindholm couldn't quite get that to settle as Chernak rode him wide of the net. Pastrnak out near the blue line, and the puck squirted away from him, but Pasta gets it back from Zadorov, carries it back into the zone, moving to the far circle, takes a shot, blocked by McDonough. Pastrnak couldn't corral the loose one, and McDonough's got it. Chernak from the near side circle will play it back down low. Minute 10 to go here on the in the 4-on-4 rather. Pastrnak, a hit and a steal behind the net, came out to Lohrei in front, ricocheted off of Lindholm into the crease, and it's covered by Johansson.
Lindholm was the guy that was wide open in front. If Pastrnak was able to get that puck to him, they finish a hit down deep on McDonough, and Lindholm's wide open, but ends up going off of his skate.
.102 to go on the two penalties here with 8:27 to play in the period. Elias Lindholm, 4 points in 3 games coming into this one. Talked about how good he's been on faceoffs as well. And the score off the draw. Tipped in by Geekie. I was looking down. I didn't see it at all.
He rips this puck. There's no tip here. He gets it off the face-off in the left wing side to the right of Johansson, and he moves off the boards after Zacha wins the draw, and he just rips it top shelf over the gloves.
Can't look away for a second. Morgan Geekie, with 8:25 to go, cuts it back to a 4-3 game. That is his second of the season. As Lohrei plays it to Geekie in the neutral ice, chopped away from him. Lohrei, though, keeps it moving forward. McAvoy couldn't get it to Zacha. Back come the Lightning with Gensel turning with it along the far side. Cross-ice pass looking for Kucherov. Jumped off his stick and up off the glass. Comes back out into neutral ice. Hedman gives to Kucherov. He'll turn with it near sides. Back to Hedman. 23 seconds before the penalty boxes will empty. Kucherov. Hedman. Pass comes back across looking for Kucherov. He'll pick it up off the near boards. Down low. Gensel back to Kucherov and a shot that deflects up and out of play.
Give and go. Kucherov turns out near the blue line, sent that puck down low, and then he cuts right to the slot area and gets the return pass.
5 seconds left on the penalties here with 7:31 to go in the second. Bruins trailing 4-3. Geeky from Zacha at 11:35. Face-off win by Middlestat. It'll be brought around behind the net here for Harris. Peak carries it to his own blue line. Out through the red. Chipped down into the left wing corner. Lifted out into neutral ice. Hagel just inside the Boston line. Teams are back at full strength now as that puck squirts out of the zone. And race up ice. It's Asimont trying to get around McDonough, who was using his body to hold him up. Now in the neutral zone, Gonzalez didn't get much on a pass attempt. Harris to Arvidsson. Sends a floater that short hops in on Johansson. Arvidsson near side circle. Backhands it around behind the net. Pasternak going to take one away. Sends one right through the crease. Lindholm and Arvidsson both in front. Crossing pass looking for Pasternak. On the near circle was blocked. Pasta throws one in toward the net from the blue line. Now it'll come to McDonough in the near corner. And Gonzalez able to get it past Zadorov. Jokiharju collects back in the Bruins zone. Angles off the far boards. Elias Lindholm able to reach in there against McDonough and get it into the zone, but now cleared right back out. 6:10 to go here in the second. Zadorov from the red line. Dumped in. Coming hop off the glass. Bounced off of Johansson behind the net. Lightning, though, will bring it out with Chernak giving to Bjorkstrand on the right side. Stops just inside the line. Chernak, shot saved by Korpisalo. Got the rebound from Holmberg as well. Bruins clear. Bjorkstrand from the red line dumps it in as he takes a hit from Corrales. Korpisalo stumbled as he went back behind the net to play that puck, and then Lohrei got tripped up, and Holmberg's headed back to the penalty box. And the Bruins will have a power play chance when we return and a chance to tie this game with 5:36 to go here in the second. It's 4-3 Tampa Bay on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
He roots it, top shelf. When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston pre-games with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc. Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Artificial intelligence, AI, has made my life so much easier. So has IA. Yep, my independent agent. She's a wizard when it comes to delivering great coverage at a great price. She bundled our home and auto with safety insurance. And with Safety's app that monitors driving habits, we saved even more. AI is great. For insurance, so is real intelligence. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll help you manage life storms.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless Boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless Boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Bruins were trailing 4-1 5 minutes into this second period. Goals by Jordan Harris, Morgan Geekie have them back to within one. Now 4-3 Lightning, and with 5:36 to go in the second, a power play and a chance to tie the game as Pontus Holmberg is whistled for tripping Mason Laura.
That was right after Korpisalo made a great save on Holmberg. Shot by Chernak that got a rebound, and Holmberg was point blank on the chance.
Elias Lindholm wins the attack zone face-off. McAvoy to Pasternak, one-timer. Rebound was there, but Lindholm couldn't get a stick to it. Dealing with McDonough in front. Hagel out in the neutral zone here for the Lightning. They'll drop it back. Chernak gives over to McDonough from the far corner. Pass out into neutral ice. Hagel, a crossing pass near side. Chernak carries across the Boston line. Centering pass got away from Cirelli, but from the far circle, Hagel gets a shot in on Korpisalo. He drops it back into play. Bruins with a power play, but now deep in their own zone. Minute 25 to go in the man advantage. Zacha gives it to Pasternak. Brings it through the red line. Steps in across the blue. Left side, the pass was behind Zacha, turned over. Gord brings the Lightning back short-handed. He's got Gensel coming down the middle. Deflected pass came into the crease and kicked aside by Korpisalo. Bruins will start out. Here's Zacha picking up a loose puck in the neutral ice. Geekie right at the blue line. Forced away from McAvoy. And Geekie backing toward the Boston zone with 53 to go in the power play.
I mean, you can talk about a power play that's a momentum killer. So far, this first minute has been exactly that.
Here's Loraido Arvidsson moving in left circle. Shot knocked down by Johansson. Puck at the back of the net. Busnadinov. It'll come free back to Lorai. Stepping toward the near circle. Hit the post. Middlestad's got it along the far side wall. 33 to go on the man advantage. Busnadinov pulls it out of a pile. Lorai, left side, Pasternak, back across to the far side and in front for Arvidsson, who couldn't slam it home on the near post. It'll be cleared by Gord.
I got a little urgency there in that offensive zone. Lorai with the best chance. They just backed way off of him. He walked right into a great shooting position, tried to go glove side, put it off the post and out.
Middlestad brings it to the Lightning line. Jokiharju poked it down the near wall. Final 3 seconds of the power play. Husnadinov tried to wrap it behind the net. That was blocked. Lightning get back to full strength as Lorai puts one just wide. Jokiharju shot it back into the corner, was trying to wrap it behind the net, hit the referee, and that'll give the Lightning a chance to clear the puck. They do. Lorai coming back toward his own zone will give to Jokiharju there. 3:13 to play here in the second period. 4-3 is the Tampa Bay lead. Puck lifted deep into Lightning territory. Lilleberg took a hit from Kastelik along the far side. Peak kept it in. Corrali able to get it free, and a chance for Jeannot, but that's blocked out of play by Chernak, who reached in with the stick.
I mean, you go back to the first half of that power play, and you want to see guys that are just a little bit off here today. David Pasternak is one of them, and it's so obvious because you just expect so much from him because you know how good he is. A little off here for a little while in this game. They know it's been a little hot and cold. But that power play just out of sync coming up the ice into the zone. And second unit generates a couple good scoring chances, including the one by Lorai.
Lorai hitting the post on the glove side of Johansson.
Said Middlestad backdoor, Arvidsson backdoor. Middlestad tried to find him.
Off the face-off, puck is cleared by Lilleberg. Zadorov comes back and retrieves the puck near Korpisalo. Pass into the neutral ice. Kastelik on the near side. Lightning will get it back, and Point will get it back deep. Crozier takes a hit from Zadorov along the near side hash marks. Husnadinov pushed it up the left wing side, but Connor Geekie back to retrieve for the Lightning. He's going to carry in across the line. Got a shot in on Korpisalo, sticked it away on the far boards. Carried back into the corner by Hedman. Connor Geekie to Kucherov. Back to Geekie, left wing circle. Back to Kucherov, and one-time attempt disrupted by Corrali. Husnadinov carries the Bruins forward.
By himself right now.
Yeah, they're getting a change. He pulls up along the near side boards and sends the puck around the wall. Asimont to it first in the far corner. Move back toward the near side, and Harris will keep alive, but then as he tried to play it toward Minton, taken away by Connor Geekie and thrown back toward the Boston zone. 1:42 to go here in the second period. Michael Angle in on goal, forcing Johansson to play it aside. Around the far side, kept alive by McAvoy. Deflected toward the near side boards, and Asamont throws one at the net. Johansson knocked that down and scrambles to cover the loose rebound.
Yeah, they're getting some good energy from a couple of the lower lines right now. Some pucks on net. Johansson hasn't been great. He hasn't been tested all that much. He hasn't had to make any big saves. The other end, if they can cut down on some of the mistakes they're making, whether it's with the puck or without the puck, and some of the reads that they've had, you got a chance at tying this game up and even better. But Tampa's been porous through their first couple of games.
Yeah, Tampa goals have been mostly self-inflicted wounds from the Bruins today.
A lot of it.
Yeah. Face off near circle to our left. Lindholm wins it into the slot. Back to Lohrei. He'll play it across into the far corner. The Lightning will take it over from there. Minute 20 to go here in the period. Pass through the neutral zone. Broken up. Pasternak plays it off the near wall. Geekie chasing, but beaten to it. Gensel throws it back through neutral ice. Pasternak with Geekie just onside, and the shot that deflected, I believe, off Chernak and into the far corner. Pasternak gets a loose puck over there. Runs into McDonough. Gonsalves trying to clear it through a pinching McAvoy. McDonough and Geekie both get their sticks in. Chernak comes away with a free puck. Around the near boards it comes. Pasternak along the near wall and headlong into Gensel. Pasta goes behind the net to McAvoy on the far boards. Gets turned around against Gonsalves, but stays with it. Geekie in front looking for Elias Lindholm, picked off by McDonough. 32 seconds to go in the period. Gonsalves will play it down the right wing boards, and McAvoy circles behind the Bruins net. They'll work it to Lohrei, coming toward the near side. Arvidsson deflected up off of his stick, and Gord will throw it back up the near right wing for the Lightning. Arvidsson just one times it into the far corner. Final 6 seconds of the period. Moser to Gord, gains the Boston line, shoots it around the wall, and that's going to bring us to the end of the second stanza. And Zadorov, it's a little shot on Bjorkstrand after the siren sounded. That draws attention from everyone on the ice. Moser in particular looks a little perturbed. The officials try to calm everyone down. So a back and forth second period as the Bruins 1 point trailed by 3. They trailed by 1 after 40 minutes here at TD Garden. And we'll be back to recap the first 40 minutes next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot or 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Heading to a game at the Garden this season, just take the train to North Station. With commuter rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you can ride with $10 weekends. So don't be late battling traffic and parking. Yuck. Buy tickets from a conductor on board or with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank. Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
Dropkick Murphys. For the people in the pit St. Patrick's Day 2026 tour. 4 shows. Don't tell us. Friday, March 13th through 15th, MGM Music Hall at Fenway. And March 17th, Citizens House of Blues. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Don't miss Dropkick Murphys for the people in the pit St. Patrick's Day 2026 tour.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal, writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide, because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And the score off the draw. Tipped in by Geeky. I was looking down. I didn't see it at all.
He rips this puck. There's no tip here.
You can't look away from this team for a second as the Bruins trail 4-3. Geeky with that goal, his second of the season, to cut it back to a 1-goal game. Back alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. They dropped the puck, and just like that, it was in the net off the win of the draw by Pavel Zacha.
Zacha wins the draw. Second helper of the game for Zacha. It's been good so far this season. And Geeky just stepped in. He stepped off the boards. That was that 4-on-4 situation. Stepped off the boards in behind Zacha and just ripped this puck top shelf. So, I mean, we said it a few times during the first 40 minutes. What we saw from the Bruins inside their own zone and even a little bit through the neutral zone has not been what we've seen through the first 3 games of the season. And Tampa's just such a good offensive team. You make mistakes, they're gonna kill you. And they're going to capitalize on it. And the Bruins, if they can cut down on some of these mistakes that they've made defensively. And it's with the puck, it's without the puck. With the puck, he had a bad turnover by Zadorov, who's been really good for them here through the first few games. And threw that hit right at the end of the period, by the way, that I don't think was a penalty called on that. John Cooper was not happy about it. The Lightning weren't happy about it. I think they felt it was after. It wasn't a hard hit, but I thought they felt it was after the buzzer, after the period had ended. But it wasn't overly hard. We've seen him throw some big hits, and it was just, it was a bump, a little bit more than a bump, but not a huge hit. But Zadorov's been good for them, but he throws a pizza up the middle, turns it over, and all of a sudden the puck is in the back of the net. That was Sorelli's second of the game. It's been some of the reads. It's been them turning a puck over at the blue line, and all of a sudden you're leaving everybody exposed down near the front of the net. And how many empty net goals have they scored because of a little passing play or a rebound chance when there's 2 and 3 Lightning players around, and there might be one or none of the Bruins around there. So it's been a tough 40 minutes. I thought they got better the last half of the second period. They started to put a little bit more pressure on. Love to see them convert on one of those power plays that they had. The top unit has been off in terms of generating some chances. As a group, they've been off here in this game so far. The second unit generated a couple chances. It was kind of a broken line change, but it's you're probably not going to get many more opportunities. Power play wise, they've had the advantage of them so far in this game, and I don't know how many more you get. You want to see them be a little hungrier, a little more sense of urgency when they do have that chance.
We have not, through the first 3 games, seen the Bruins have to play from behind in this regard, and they're down 3 goals here pretty early on in the second period, able to battle back and make it 4-3, but still trailing by a goal going into this third period. So, we'll get a chance to see what they can do in a situation they have not found themselves in the first 3.
They've done a decent job Well, they've done better than a decent job when they've had the lead going into the third. But, bigger challenge here. But when you look at Tampa, 10 goals allowed in their first 2 games. Johansson doesn't look like he's going to steal a game for you. Harris scored
so far.
Harris scored short side. Middlestat scored short side, or at least blocker side. Geekies was a top glove. I don't think they've tested him nearly as much, even though they've got a slight shot advantage here in this game. I don't know if the quality of chances would definitely be on Tampa's side, but they started to scratch some of it away here over the last few minutes and of that second period. So you carry some of that momentum. We said you need a big hit. Maybe it was Peake's hit. Maybe it was, you need a big hit. You need a couple sustained attack shifts to kind of get some of that momentum going for yourself. And none of it was happening. It was all just the self-inflicted mistakes that they were making inside their own end that were ended up in the back of the net.
And once again, we look at, you mentioned, Pavel Zacha's got 2 assists today. He's been pretty good through the first 4 games. Got 5 points over the first 4 games. Middlestat gets a goal today. Jordan Harris has a goal today. Geeky at top line getting himself involved offensively once again. But we've talked here over the last 2 or 3 games, especially about needing to get a little bit deeper as far as your scoring goes, and for another game, you're getting that third game in a row that you're getting some of that depth in scoring.
Well, you've needed it.
Yeah,
you've needed it, and the power play hasn't been able to come through for you. They didn't score last game. They haven't scored this game, and that first minute of the last power play that they had was a momentum killer. They needed something from that second unit, or at least portion of the second unit who came out there to try to provide some of that, because the top unit they were having a tough time getting in the zone. Once they got in, they just weren't moving. Everything was slow, and it wasn't. They've got the double kind of delay play coming through the neutral zone. Zacha entered in the first period really well, but they had a lot of trouble that period, and specifically on that last power play in entering over the blue line.
So it's a 4-3 lead for the Tampa Bay Lightning at the end of 2 periods of play. The Lightning got a 2-0 lead after 1, thanks to a pair of first-period goals by Anthony Cirelli, one at 1:09 and one at 13:16. Then it was fast and furious early in the second period. Yanni Gourde scored just 39 seconds in. Middlestat would notch the Bruins' first goal of the night, his second of the season, at 1:09 to cut it back to 3-1. And Pontus Holmberg made it 4-1. Jordan Harris with his first goal as a Bruin at 5:31 cuts it back to 4-2, and then Geeky from Zacha at 11:35 makes it 4-3. Time now for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation. Bryan Adams, Roll with the Punches Tour, a night full of hits, live at TD Garden October 16th with special guests Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. Get tickets now at livenation.com. We'll check the out-of-town scores next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
To win your fantasy football league, you need to be one step ahead of the competition. And at SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, we're giving you the edge you need to take home the trophy.
Do not plan your team around last week's results. Plan your team around this week's expectations.
Our experts are doling out start-sit advice, waiver pickups, and so much more to help you win a championship.
If you do not have any drops, you should not make any ads.
Listen right now on Channel 87 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Want to hear something scary? Spirits are swirling in the SiriusXM app with creepy Halloween treats. Countdown haunted hits on the Freaky 50. Howl at the moon with wicked rock specials.
Spell on you.
And unearth more monstrous fun all month long.
Then you can monster mash.
Just search Halloween on the SiriusXM app if you dare.
Now through October 31st, SiriusXM is giving away a pair of tickets to every MLB postseason game through the World Series. Listen to MLB Network Radio for the clues to be the first caller to correctly name the postseason hero. You'll receive a pair of tickets to an MLB postseason game. MLB Network Radio has your chance to win on SiriusXM 89 in the SiriusXM app. No transportation will be included in connection with these prizes. For full contest information and official rules, visit SiriusXM.com/MLB Postseason Heroes 2025. No purchase necessary. Open only to current SiriusXM subscribers prior to September 19th. You must be a U.S. resident over the age of 18.
Under review.
and stop making excuses for bad goaltending. And is it bad? Is it horrendous? If you don't win because you don't make a save or two, yeah. The nature of it is the goaltender is responsible for 90% of the action. He's got to stop the puck. Why do we keep making apologies for goaltendings? Stop it.
Under Review with Mick Kern, 11 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. Hockey lives here.
Suzuki sweeps it. There's a chance. Rebound, Caulfield shoots and scores.
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Here at the TD Garden, Bruins trailing the Tampa Bay Lightning after 2 periods of play by the score of 4-3. Other games around the NHL in the third period, Colorado has a 3-1 lead over the Buffalo Sabres. Other action in the NHL here today. This afternoon, Nashville 1-0 lead over the Ottawa Senators. Detroit with a 1-0 lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs. In New York, it's the Jets 4 and the Islanders 2. Later on tonight, Panthers taking on the Flyers. St. Louis Blues will be in Vancouver to take on the Canucks. Chicago hosts Utah. Kings will be in Minnesota to take on the Wild. New Jersey goes at it with Columbus. And here at the TD Garden after 2 periods of play, it's Tampa Bay 4 and the Bruins 3. We're back with all the third period action next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
He roofs it, top shelf. When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston pre-games with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc. Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now, only on Prime Video.
Catches Law is more than a law firm. It's New England's hometown team, serving the same community that our lawyers grew up in, with integrity and care to get the results you deserve. Need legal help? Call Catches Law today. There's no fee unless you win. Catches Law has recovered over $3 billion for the people from New England.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Still with it. Here's a one-timer and a score!
Sirius XM 91.
Being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Here's Pasternak. Here's circle his own zone. He'll wind it up, gather speed, angles left, over the line, into the far circle. Can he do it again? Fired, he scores! He did! Right circle now, Marchand. Snaps near side. Pasternak's drive blocked.
Oh, that was a desperation block.
Pasternak shoots and scores! Pasternak collects. Over the line to the far circle. Marchand returns. They score! Throw him. That's the hat trick for David Pasternak.
And today's flashback taking us back to 2018, where David Pasternak scored a hat trick in an 8-2 win over the Detroit Red Wings. That included his 100th NHL goal in his 259th game, as he became the third fastest player to reach that milestone in team history, and was also the third fastest Czech-born player in NHL history to 100 goals. This date in history presented by Blue Sky. Remember, if you have a property disaster, visit gobluesky.com. That's goblusky.com. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow. Bruins trailing 4-3 as we get ready to start the third period here at TD Garden. After this one, the Bruins will head west for 3 straight, starting on Thursday night against the Vegas Golden Knights. We'll have pregame coverage across the network at 9:30 Eastern Time. Faceoff will be just after 10 o'clock. Then on Saturday at Colorado, and Sunday against the Utah Mammoth. I have to get used to saying that name.
That was interesting. You know, saw John Cooper blow a gasket more at his team. That second goal, he was really frustrated with the 2-on-1 goal. Right after his team had made it 4-1. Then they give up a 2-on-1. Puck comes up at the back of the net. Jeff Halpern, the assistant coach, was the first guy on the bench. Had a long conversation with the referee and then the linesman. Now it's John Cooper talking to the referee. They weren't happy about a non-penalty call, among other things, I'm sure, but the non-penalty call after the buzzer had gone by Zadorov. And Cooper's still looking for an explanation from the referees. Not as upset as he was at his team earlier, but he's fired up today. And it had to be that, because he stood on the bench for a long time after that period was over, looking for an explanation initially. Didn't get that, but got an audience just now after the hit by Zadorov late.
His team looking for their first win of the year in their third game. Bruins down 1.
I have a feeling the Bruins might end up with being shorthanded at some point.
Well, that's why you work the officials, right? See if you can see if you can get that next call your way. As Harris wraps around behind the Bruins net, far corner taken away by Bjorkstrand. Boston going left to right on offense in this third period. Moser from the right point with a shot that deflects high up into the air and over the top of the net. Gord sent it back around to that far side. Circle of centering pass as Holmberg tried to knock that out of the air. Hedman reversed it back down behind the net.
D and forward not working in sync. A little slow to react that time.
Moser to Bjorkstrand, kicked off his skate. Minton able to bat it out into neutral ice. And as he tried to chase that up the left wing, he gets taken to the boards by Moser. Hedman inside the Lightning zone. Stops between the circles. Making some changes up ice. Hedman now walks it out toward his own blue line. Soft pass to his right for Crozier, who had to go and retrieve it after it skipped away from him. Wraps it in deep of the Bruins zone. Gonsalves will send it back around toward that far side. Knocked free by Arvidsson. He'll lead the Bruins on the attack. Takes a big hit, but got the puck to Middlestat, and Middlestat gets ridden off it. Middlestat able to regain. Here's Arvidsson between the circles with a shot, and Johansson sliding to the top of his crease to make the blocker save. Gonsalves up the right side to Gensel into the Boston zone. Tried to stop against Lohrei and lost his edge, but able to keep that puck moving toward the back of the net. McAvoy seals his man off Cirelli. And Lohrei with some space. Pass up the right side to Arvidsson. Into the Lightning zone. Crozier keeps away from Middlestat. Lilleberg will leave it in the near corner to Max Crozier. 2 minutes into this third period. Tampa Bay 4, Boston 3. McDonough Pass through neutral ice. Hagel steps in across the Boston line. Deflected puck came to Kucherov, and he hammered one up off the top of the back glass. Near side, it's Jokiharju. Can't get through Hagel. Kucherov pivots out of the corner. Hands to Hagel. Walks it down below the goal line. Brings it around to the far circle. Deals it back to Chernak at the point, and his shot went through the slot untouched. Cleared back out by Pasternak, but that will go for an icing with 2.5 gone by here in the third period.
Yeah, Tampa trying to come out with a little bit of purpose and wrestle some of that momentum we talked about away. A big hit over on the boards. Huh? That was Lilleberg. We saw him last year. He dropped the gloves with Kastelic a couple of times. And, I think it was Lilleberg, right?
Well, he was the one who concussed Kastelic with that cross-check.
Then he answered for it.
Yep.
The next time they played, in Tampa.
Face-off win by Elias Lindholm. Lifted out into neutral ice by Zadorov. Comes bouncing down to McDonough. Pass ahead to the attacking blue line to Hagel. Ricocheted back toward Kucherov. Bruins regain in their own zone. Harris with a long pass across the ice looking for Pasternak. It angles into the Tampa Bay end, and Morgan Geekie first there for the Bruins. Corrali off the wrap around to the far side. Throws one to the net. Save made with the glove by Johansson, and he'll hang on. Shots through 2 periods were 23-18 in favor of the Bruins. The attempts through 2, 44 for Boston, 36 for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's a little misleading. Right?
Yep.
They've been aided by a couple power plays, but it's also the quality of shots that Tampa's had the edge on.
Face off, far circle to our right. Battle for possession. Puck still bounding around in that circle. Comes free back to Harris. Takes a shot in and out of the glove. Corrali with a shot from the near circle off the rebound. And that one is covered up by Johansson.
And you got to, with him shaky the way he is, Johansson, that's just a wrist shot from the point that is in and out of his glove and leads to a rebound opportunity from Corrali. It's not the best angle, but kind of a bouncing puck, trying to contort his body to get that shot away and get something on it. But, it's the rebound in the first place.
Johansson kicks one away in front here. Corrali trying to shoot that loose puck. Rolled on him in the near corner. Lightning grab possession. And they'll lift it out through neutral ice. Connor Geekie trying to get around Harris. Into the far corner. Kastelic rides Geekie to the board. And then Harris trips him up. On the back of the net, it'll come toward the near side. Hedman with a shot that deflects up off the glass. Connor Geekie shoved by Kusnedinov. It'll come back around toward the near side. Hedman plays it back in deep. Off the back of the net, Douglas tried to stuff it far post. Came free back to Moser, and his shot gets blocked up and out of play.
It might have been Harris that blocked that shot coming out that time. Moser had some time and space coming in from the blue line.
Jordan Harris did not play in the first 2 games. Inserted into the lineup after the injury to Hampus Lindholm. Had an assist in his first and had a goal here today in his second game.
It was either Corrali or Harris that got a piece of that.
Minton will take a face-off in the defensive zone here. Just about 4 minutes into this third period. Boston down a goal here on home ice. Lorai out of the far corner will carry it ahead. Gives to Minton on the left side. Chips and chases. Johansson steered it around toward the near side. Hedman to Holmberg. Out into neutral ice. McAvoy had it briefly. We're going to get a whistle and an offside here against Tampa Bay.
So we talked about, we asked Marco Stern before the game today, talking about in our interview with him, the cues when to reverse it, when not to reverse it off of a face-off win inside your own zone. That time, Lorai faked the reverse. Tampa was looking to jump on it, and he just turned and went straight up the strong side, and it was all there for him. You don't want to be predictable. They talk about it just before the puck is dropped about what they want to do. But you can also improvise if it's taken away.
Lorai sends it around near side. Asimont. Rink wide. Janot. Puck deflected. Lorai able to kick it down into the corner and goes in after it. Wrapped back up the far side by Bjorkstrand. Janot threw one to the net. That bounces around in front for a moment, but now Tampa gets it cleared. Bjorkstrand will dump it in from the red line. Took a hop out of the corner toward the side of the net. Korpisalo holding his post there. And the outlet pass will go for an icing. With 15:09 to go here in the third.
Yeah, funny bounce right up the boards or the glass.
Seen a few of those, as we tend to do here.
It's definitely, if it's on the glass, the goaltender rule of thumb is you just stay in the net. That puck can bounce anywhere when it's on the glass.
Face off to Korpisalo's left. And Mason Lorai's stick is just about in two pieces. Went to lean on it before the face-off, and shaft of the stick bent in half. So goes over and grabs a new one.
Not a bad thing. It's been a long shift for him.
He was a few extra seconds
up
here.
The ice, back.
Yep. Face-off controlled by the Lightning. Backhanded toward the slot for Hagel. Lorai able to get in his way. Takes that puck. Gains the red line. Dumps in, and he'll go for a change. Pasternak pulls it off the far boards. And Chernak knocks him down. Geekie bringing toward the near side circle. Back to Jokiharju. Tried to get it to the net. That blocked off of Hagel. Kucherov carries back through the neutral zone. Hagel trying to get back into the middle. That was denied by Zadorov, and off the backboards it'll come toward the crease, and Korpisalo covers it up with 14:40 to play.
I don't think I gave Hagel enough credit, when he got to the Tampa Bay Lightning, how good a player he really is. He does it all for them except the power play.
Yeah.
He doesn't score on the power play, doesn't play much there. But between killing penalties, he's smart enough to play with a guy like Kucherov at point. He's just a really smart, solid player. He's got speed. And one of the reasons he made that Canadian team, the national team there for the Four Nations Cup.
Yeah, came over in the trade from Chicago a few years ago.
There's the reverse
Since then, 65 points in his first year, 75 in his next year, and 90 last year. As Middlestat centers one just out of Zadorov's reach. Chernak waved at it. Lifted up and out of the zone by Cirelli. And Zadorov will chase a rolling puck back in his own zone. Off the far boards to Zacha. Middlestat near side. Tipped one through the neutral zone. Cirelli near the red line to Gensel. Can't get into the Boston end. Arvidsson is back. Zadorov challenged by Gensel. Zacha got it to center ice, and we got a penalty coming up as Arvidsson got tripped up. So the Bruins going to go to the power play with 13:55 left, trailing 4-3 here at home on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
MLB Network Radio on SiriusXM has on-site coverage of the National League Championship Series. This is Jenny Kavnar. Join me, Grant Paulson, Jim Bowden, and former big leaguer Kevin Franzen for pre- and post-game coverage of every NLCS game.
Coming home, Hernandez, a throw. He's saved! Tail with a foot first slide.
Hear from managers, players, and executives 3 hours before first pitch of every League Championship Series game on MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM 89, and the SiriusXM app.
Experience the pinnacle of club soccer in the UEFA Champions League on Sirius XM FC. This is the place where legends are born.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Dynasties are built.
Real Madrid do what they do best.
And history is made.
It is a night to remember for Paris Saint-Germain.
Hear the top Champions League matches all season long on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. We deliver the NHL.
Head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, Rod Brindamore, what's the mental approach to get to the dance?
Every year you start at the same spot as every team, right? Like you're at the bottom of the mountain. And when we get to that point, if we can, then we can knock down the final kind of stretch highway we haven't been able to cover. So let's make the best out of every day and play our ass off every night and see what happens.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
Shop the latest Bruins game-used, team-issued, and team-stock memorabilia with Bruins Authentic straight from the locker room and the ice. Own a piece of Bruins history today by visiting bostonbruins.com/authentics. 13:55 to play. Boston down 4-3, but they go to the power play. Gage Gonsalves called for tripping Victor Arvidsson. See if the top power play unit can get one here. Their last outing was a little bumpy. Elias Lindholm going to stand in on the face-off. Actually, he's going to get kicked out of the circle now, and Geekie will get in there. Elias, 70% success rate on face-off so far this year. Geekie takes his place, wins the draw. McAvoy to Pasternak. Tried to get it down the near circle for Zacha. Chernak got in the way of that. Geekie able to dig it free. Lindholm at the far circle to McAvoy, center of the blue line. Takes a shot, tipped on goal, and tipped up and over as Geekie got a stick on that on its way in.
Yeah, Geekie and Zacha were both there on the doorstep, right at the top of the blue paint. McAvoy that time, they opened up the lane for him to get that shot through. McDonough tried to block it. Got by him. And
might have caught the crossbar.
Tipped off of Geekie off the crossbar.
Think so. Face off near circle. Lindholm against Cirelli. And Elias wins it. Back to McAvoy. Right side for Pasternak from the top of the circle. Throws one in front, tipped off of Zacha and wide. And it gets cleared through Pasternak and all the way down. 30 seconds into this power play chance. McAvoy leads the Bruins out of the zone. Pass to the near side. Lindholm to Geekie, and deep it goes all the way around to the far side corner. Chopped off the boards by Hagel and cleared by Cirelli. Korpisalo comes out of the net and sends a pass out toward the blue line to Geekie, but he'll back it up to McAvoy. 1:05 to go on the power play. Zacha to Geekie, back to Zacha. Carries into the zone. Gets around Moser along the end boards. Geekie flips it back. Pasternak coming in for the point. Took the shot. Ricocheted around in front. And Johansson finally able to cover it up.
Geekie taking a couple of pops from Hedman and
Gord, I think.
Gord,
yeah.
Second guy came in, but Hedman got away with a couple of good punches there. More than a face wash. I didn't see if Geekie maybe chopped away at trying to get to that loose puck, if that's where it came from, but he took a little punishment there after the whistle.
48.
Yeah, he came in.
Saying Geekie earned it a little bit?
You're digging away at it, there's no whistle. Yeah, not as bad as I thought. I saw his head snap back, but Gord was the guy that was... You got to do that if you're Gord.
Yeah. I mean, you would expect the Bruins to do the same thing.
Yes. Oh, I got no problem with it. I thought initially that he took a couple of pops, but he really didn't.
48 seconds left on the power play. Middlestat will come out to take this face-off, near circle. Husnudinov hands it off to Lohrei. Back to Husnudinov at the top of the right circle. Took a shot just wide on the glove side. Pasternak remains out there on the far circle to Husnudinov. Lohrei whipped it across to the right side for Middlestat. Down into the corner, Middlestat goes all the way across, and Pasternak at the top of the far circle, fanned on the one-timer attempt. And the puck will be cleared down ice. 23 to go on the power play. Lohrei, right side finds Middlestat, trying to chip it toward Arvidsson, coming with him on that right side. They turn it over, and it'll go back down the other end. 10 seconds left on the power play. Lohrei admans along for Husnudinov, backhanded deep. Johansson waits for it in the trapezoid, hands off there, wrapped around the near side. Gonsalves comes out of the box. Gensel's pass across to the right side, and Hedman rips one wide of Korpisalo. Gonsalves in the near corner, shoved against the boards by Husnudinov. Middlestat will carry out, gives it to Lohrei, cutting toward the left wing side, who will dump one in and go for a change. As Moser plays the puck for Tampa Bay with 11:30 to play here in the third period. Lightning's lead is 4-3. Lilleberg, Crozier, Hagel, Directs one on to Point, who turns along the far boards and gets hammered by Zadorov. Both guys down on top of the puck. Now Asamont in the middle of that, trying to get Hagel off of Zadorov. That shot goes wide of the net. Come around the near side, Lilleberg pinching down to get that puck down toward Kucherov, south of the goal line, lifted out of the zone. Asamont chasing through neutral ice, and now Jeannot picks up a free puck, gives to Asamont, sends a soft one toward the net. Save made with the stick in the near corner. Shot into the middle here by Jeannot, but cut off, and Kucherov brings the Lightning ahead. Lilleberg to Hagel. Puck ricochets off a skate in toward the net. Korpisalo made sure that went wide. Lob back toward the Tampa Bay zone. Jeannot goes down
they're going to call
in
Jeannot.
chase of Moser.
Knew that was coming.
Jeannot headed back to the bench, but he will in short order be headed to the penalty box. Extra skater on here for Tampa Bay. Lightning with control in their own zone, with Hedman circling back behind the net. Hedman pass through neutral ice, redirected by Holmberg. Korpisalo will play that, and that will draw the whistle. And the Lightning will have a power play chance with 9:57 to go here in the third period. And a 4-3 lead for Tampa Bay. Here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
So I'm running late for a hugely important meeting. Of course, traffic is bad. And then I got rear-ended. The timing was inconvenient. But I have to say, safety insurance made the claims process unbelievably convenient. I simply uploaded pics of my car. The claims adjuster sent me back an estimate. I even got the money to cover the repair digitally. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms conveniently.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to the Bruins Radio Network every home game to hear this date in history, restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
.9:57 left in the third period. Tampa Bay leads 4-3, and the Lightning will go to the power play as Tanner Jeannot heads into the box for holding. I was trying to chase that puck through the neutral ice against Moser and for the Lightning. And they try to take advantage right away, but the pass to Bjorkstrand coming down the left circle disrupted, goes into the netting.
That's a great play by Zacha. I mean, that's well executed set play off the face-off by Tampa after they win the draw, and it's Zacha who comes back to get a piece of it. It's a pass through the seam, and good stick there as Bjorkstrand's back door looking for that quick pass.
Face-off win by Point. Kucherov from the far circle, gave it up, got it back at the top of the circle. Now deals up top here for Hedman. Straight on shot, knocked down by Korpisalo. Zadorov gathers the rebound and fires it off the far wall.
And Korpisalo looking at the referee and saying, well, Hetzel just ran me over trying to get to the net. The referee was looking at it. He told Korpisalo, nope.
Kucherov's pass to the right side for Point. Didn't get it cleanly. Corrali gets a stick in there. Lightning will reset back in their own end here with 1:20 to go on the power play. Hedman carries it to the red line. Drops it off for Kucherov on the delay. He'll carry it forward. Gensel just inside the line. Over to Point, far side circle. Down low to Kucherov. In front, point blank. And Korpisalo with the save. The puck cleared all the way down.
Yeah, a couple good opportunities. That one, the best one.
Halfway through the penalty to Jeannot. Hedman To his own
it's
blue
the
line.
puck movement. They're so confident with that power play and how they zip it around. It's just quick puck movement. Point is one of the best at his position. Kucherov, of course, one of the best at his position on that power play. Both just very smart. I think Bjorkstrand really complements that well as that right shot. Not Stamkos, but
who is? Hagel wheels off to the right side, dumped in by Chafee. Cirelli shoved by Peak along the near side. Harris knocked down Hagel. Puck tied up in the near corner. 18 to go in the Tampa Bay power play. 8:10 left here in the third period. Puck still frozen along the wall. Now it comes free. Far corner, Kastelik, plenty of space. Backhands it out into neutral ice. Final 4 seconds of the Lightning power play as Hagel gets it back across the line, but then gets turned back by Jokiharju. Jeannot sprung from the box, and with 7:50 to play in the third, it remains a one-goal game as Jeannot ran into Chernak on his way to the bench. Holmberg turns with it at center ice. Gives off the right side. A low shot. Save made by Korpisalo. Covers that up on the effort by Gord.
It's hockey season's the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Face-off will be to Korpisalo's left. Elias Lindholm out to take the draw. Lindholm 12-5 on the face-off dot today. 48-20 on face-offs this season. Puck backhanded into the air, gloved down by Chernak in front of the Bruins bench. Handed it away to Pasternak, but his pass up the left side gets cut off. Lindholm able to win one back near the Boston blue line. Jokiharju from the near circle gives to Zadorov. Nikita's pass through the middle. Goes in on goal and force Johansson to cover it up with 7:10 to go.
Yeah, no line change for Tampa because of where that puck came from.
Bruins will bring out McAvoy and Lohrei to join the top line here for this faceoff. Lindholm against Yanni Gord on the draw. Lightning taking their time getting set here. Now they drop it. Lindholm wins it. Lohrei comes off the near wall to the center of the blue line, all the way to the left circle, sweeps one in front, ricocheted off a couple of people in there. Pasternak plays it off the far boards to himself, then sends a cross ice, but Bjorkstrand gets there before McAvoy can. Bjorkstrand long pass up the left side to Gord. Here's Holmberg behind the defense, and McAvoy diving back to help disrupt that as the shot goes up and out of play.
Yeah, I mean, got a little. McAvoy was trying to get to a loose puck up the ice. Can't quite get there. Now he's diving to come back, and I think Korpisalo got a piece of it. Tried to go high to the glove side, and either that or went off the post. But he just airmailed it. He just got underneath it. Watching it on the replay, that was Holmberg behind everybody.
Already with a goal and an assist today for Holmberg. 6:46 left. Off the face-off, puck came right to Kucherov. Zadorov blocked his attempt. Jokiharju, far wall, got it to the blue line but not out. Walked into the middle here by Crozier. Sends it into the left wing corner. Top of the circle, it's Point. Gives to Lilleberg, and a long shot scooped up with the glove by Korpisalo. Hangs on. 6:25 remaining in regulation. Either team has scored here in this third period. Still a 4-3 Tampa Bay lead. First of 4 meetings on the year. The next time these two teams play, it's going to be outdoors in Tampa Bay, February 1st. Here's Moser with a shot that blocked off of Hagel. And Jokiharju gets the clear up the far side. Hedman retrieves back in the Lightning zone. Deflected pass given away. Middlestat to Arvidsson. Trying to feed Zacha coming down the right circle, but Hedman got back in position. Zadorov gloves one down at the blue line, but they're going to call that offside. Just came out of the zone and brought back in.
Well, you start setting up your bench now, right? 6 minutes to go. You're going to have one more commercial timeout, most likely. Setting up your bench for these last 5 or 6 minutes. And how you want to deploy them and maximizing some of those top guys, although they haven't been at the top of their game today, but all it takes is one, right?
Face off, controlled by the Lightning. Just inside their own blue line. Moser carries it to the red, sends deep, peak, and hold off Gonzalez in the far corner. They continue to do battle. Minton comes down to get involved. Harris in that far corner as well now against Gensel. Puck comes free. Moser at the blue line. Over to Hedman near side. Fires back across the ice for Gensel. From the corner to the back of the net for Cirelli. Cirelli pivot away from Minton. Squeezes him up against the boards. 5.5 to go. Puck still locked up at the back of the net. Now it's free. Minton will play it softly up the far boards. Jeannot couldn't hack it out of the zone. Gonzalez along the near side. Drops one back to Hedman for a one-timer. Saved by Korpisalo, and there's no rebound as Peak and Cirelli come together in front of his crease. 5:14 to play here in the third period. Tampa Bay 4, Boston 3 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. But try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation this year for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, a donation of $100 will be made to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Shaws and Star Market, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
Bruins trailing 4-3 with 5:14 to go here in the third period. On those 3 goals, 4 assists today. And with those feeds, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation has donated another $400 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about Feeding the Puck for Families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Boston trying to find the equalizer here in the third. Faceoff will be in the defensive zone. Elias Lindholm will take the draw against Braden Point. And Elias wins another. Zadorov goes behind the net with a puck, carries it ahead to his own blue line, out of the red, with speed up the left wing side. Zadorov centering pass, a little too far in front of Lindholm. Jokiharju plays it back down toward the end wall. Around into the far corner, Pasternak poked it back down low. Point gets in the way there. On the far side, hash marks, he'll back it up now to McDonough. And McDonough shoots one right up the middle. It's going to go for an icing. 4:46 left.
McDonough's surprised me. He must have seen something else right there.
I'm not
he
sure.
really didn't try to make a play. He had some time. Miscommunication with one of his forwards there trying to move that puck up the ice.
Middlestat will take this face off in the offensive zone with 4:46 left. Matches up with Point as well. Point wins this one. Behind the net, it comes to McDonough. Gives to Hagel. Near side. Kucherov moves it for Point. Deep it goes into the Boston zone. Tampa getting some changes on as the Bruins look to break out. Rink-wide pass bounces past Arvidsson as it was coming in from behind him off of Karam. Kucherov ridden to the boards by Lohrei. Arvidsson's got the puck. Sends it up the right wing side looking for Middlestat. He couldn't knock it out of the air. Crozier chased by Middlestat toward that far side. Lohrei picks one off at center ice. Steps in across the Lightning line. High slot, took the shot. Saved by Johansson, who took a little peek over his shoulder, but he had
just
it.
To make sure that it didn't squeak through. It was kind of caught that with the left arm and body and just squeezed to make sure that puck didn't get through. Lohrei, a good read through the neutral zone, picks up that puck, try to back the D off with Arvidsson going to the net, step to the middle.
4:11 to go. And a face-off in the offensive zone. Top line comes back out. Lindholm against Gord, near circle to our right. Lindholm wins it. Back to Pasternak at the blue line, and his shot got through.
Him and Peak switched up there. Peak went up towards the hash mark on the face-off circle, and Pasternak lined up a little further towards the blue line to get that shot away.
Gord cleared one into the Bruins zone, but it goes for icing with 3:59 left, and another face-off in the offensive zone forthcoming.
Almost positive it's going to be in the right wing side. That's where Lindholm would be on his strong side.
14-6 now on the day.
Let's see what Pasternak lines up this time. Peak is going to go up by the hash mark again.
Lindholm leans in on the draw and wins it cleanly. Harris brings it off the near board, centering pass, broken up by McDonough in the slot. And the Lightning come forward. On the right side, Bjorkstrand into the corner against Pasternak. Pasta reaches in and relieves him of the puck. Goes behind the net. Bjorkstrand able to reach in and grab it right back. And now freed up by Peak. Pasternak gives it ahead for Geekie. Couldn't move it cleanly through neutral ice. Dumped back in by Bjorkstrand. 3.5 to go. 4-3 Bruins trail. Jokiharju finds Corrali from the red line. Dumps into the right corner. Eyssimont had it chop up into the air. Settled by Jeannot. Gets knocked down by Hedman. We got the puck back to Jokiharju. To the back of the net. Eyssimont ridden to the wall there with 3:10 left. Jeannot reaching in as well. It'll come back around to your side. Jokiharju pinching down the boards. It's shot through him, and that one's going to go for another icing.
Barely. Just
barely made it to the goal line. Zadorov was stretching those strides out as long as he could to make sure it got there.
I'd like to see Jokiharju in that situation be further inside the blue line. He's way out by the blue line. So when that puck comes around the boards, it's a longer distance to go to try to keep it in. If you start down near the top of the circle, there's nobody over there. You get there a lot quicker and have a much better opportunity, especially now with the score the way it is.
Face-off win. Arvidsson gets it back to Lohrei. Here's McAvoy from the right point. To the right circle for Zacha.
Time and score, you got to do a few different things in that offensive end.
You just, at some point, just have to be aggressive, right? Arvidsson gives to Zacha. Chips and chases into the right corner. Takes a shoulder from Cirelli. Puck loose along the near circle. Arvidsson trying to dig it free. Gonsalves able to control. Off the near wall. McAvoy kept alive against Cirelli. Middlestat plays it off the far boards. Lohrei goes to get it. Skates it down the left circle and all the way in behind the Tampa Bay net with 2:23 to go. Lost it along the near boards to Gensel. Gensel comes ahead. Middlestat was the lone man back. Centering pass for Gonsalves is knocked away by McAvoy.
You've got to be looking at your goaltender now to get.
There goes Korpisalo as Pasternak got it into the far corner, but Point will take over for the Lightning. He gets shouldered it away from it, and it comes out to center ice. Kastelik is there for the Bruins. He'll play it down the right wing boards with 1:50 to go. Around behind the net. It comes to Geekie in the left corner. Back to Harris at the left point with a shot deflected and grabbed on a nice reaction by Johansson as that one, the deflection took quite a bit of steam off of it. 1:44 left.
See what they do here. They call the timeout or hang on to it. That wrist shot got through. Kastelik put out for the extra attacker there, right to the front of the net after winning a battle along the wall. I think that puck went off of his leg, or maybe he did get a tip on it.
1:44 left. Bruins with the extra skater on.
He dumped the puck in. He got to it first. He keeps it alive. Then he rotated to the front of the net. Talking about Kastelik.
Arvidsson's on now as the extra attacker. Actually, Zaka's going to take this face-off as well. Off the draw, Geekie gives to Pasternak. Stands out of the blue line. Sends it all the way across and fired one-timer wide from Geekie. Hagel gets the clear. McAvoy able to block it from going toward the empty net. They collide along the near boards. Both guys go down. Puck gets shot wide, and Pasternak picks it up at the back of the net. Minute 23 to go. Pasternak hammers one in from just shy of the red line. Goaltender Johansson played it back in behind the net. Arvidsson got hit back there, and he's a little shaken up. And now the Lightning trying to score on the empty net, and Hagel has it stopped by Pasternak, who was in the crease, made the kick save. Zaka comes back the other way from the left circle. Centering pass for McAvoy, just got angled wide. 55 seconds to go. Bruins trying to tie it up. Lindholm plays it around the near boards. Pasternak from the blue line. Shot gets blocked off of Hagel. Kucherov will get to it first. Kucherov gets drilled by Pasternak. Free puck to Hagel in the near corner. He gets hit by Zaka. Arvidsson's got the puck with 34 to go. Brings it through center ice. Pass right side, Elias Lindholm. Drops it to Arvidsson. Right circle. Centers. Shot. Save made. Rebound as well. Johansson covers it at the far side of the crease. Point's got a hold of Arvidsson.
Well, Arvidsson took a whack at that puck, and him and Point threw a couple punches at one another. Still throwing punches is Point.
Each guy's got at least one glove off. The linesman pulling them apart.
Pretty exciting sequence, right? I mean,
David Pasternak.
Well, I think he's a little frustrated right now with the way that this game has gone. But he makes the save in the crease area on Hagel. I mean, he's got the stick as well. He's playing it like a goalie. And he made the kick save, and then he buried Kucherov with a clean hit.
Yeah, Kucherov, it looked at one point like he had a free shot at the empty net, and then Pasta came running over and drilled him.
Arvidsson took a pretty good whack at Johansson's glove that time.
So 23.1 showing on the clock right now. 4-3 Tampa Bay leads. Point and Arvidsson are in the penalty boxes. Referee Jake Frank over talking to John Cooper at the Tampa bench right now. Net's still empty at the Bruins' end.
Well, I think he wanted it to be 5-on-5. And then with the Bruins pulling the goalie 6-on-5, but he did not like the explanation he got from the referee.
So it'll be with the extra man on, 5-on-4 here with the penalties. The referee coming over to the official scorers here in between the penalty boxes.
There's no times up on the penalties, so now they're putting him up there.
So 2 minutes.
Another timeout
for Point. Now. 2 minutes for Arvidsson, and now after all that,
you expected it to be 6-on-5, so you're drawing up your defense that way, and now since it was changed, Tampa's going to call their timeout. Now it's just like killing a penalty.
Yeah, your regular 5-on-4
but you can't
penalty.
ice it. That's the only difference.
So, Bruins gathered around assistant coach Steve Spott.
You got to expect to win the faceoff if you're the Bruins, right? Because Lindholm has been so good at it.
Right. 16-6 now on the day.
But that's over on Zaka's kind of strong side, so we'll see who takes this draw.
Yeah, Lindholm's going to line up on the along the dasher far side. Zaka will get in there. 23.1 to go. Bruins trying to avoid their first loss of the season. Lightning control the faceoff to the near corner. Shot all the way down ice by Hagel. Goes wide of the empty net. It will be icing with 15.1 left.
Now they get the choice of what side to have the faceoff on, and you would assume Lindholm's going to take it from the right wing side.
That's exactly what will happen here. Lindholm, near side dot against Cirelli. Cirelli jumps it. Linesman giving everyone a talking to here as they reset. 16.0 left on the clock. Somehow they added 9/10 of a second back. Lindholm wins the draw. Here's McAvoy with a shot. It skims just wide on the far side of the net. Geekie in the corner. Trying to reverse it back down low. We have a penalty coming here.
That's a hook.
With 8.1 left. And it will be a 5-on-3 advantage now for the Bruins. Hooking against Chernak. So 8.1 seconds left. And with the goaltender pulled, 5-on-3. There's 2 Lightning players in the box, 1 for Boston.
Another timeout.
And you said you were expecting 6-on-5, then it became 5-on-4. Now it's 5-on-3.
They must have given him that.
I think that was all. That first time out was just all while they were trying to sort out the penalties and whatnot.
Either that or they didn't know the situation and then they gave them the extra one. But
so meetings at both benches here again. They reset the clock again. 8.7 showing now. Faceoff will be in that near circle on the right side again. And it will be Lindholm and Cirelli again. They line up. How many times are going to let Cirelli false start this one? Now it's free, and Cirelli able to win it and clear the puck off the near boards.
Lindholm and Geek, you're just giving it to the linesman.
And that's going to do it.
Keep cheating.
That's going to do it. Cleared that puck all the way down ice, and time expires, and the Lightning hang on to win it. 4-3 the final score, and send the Bruins to their first loss of the season. And Tampa Bay picks up their first W in 3 games this year. We'll be back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're